but I definitely had to speak to you guys regarding what's going on in the market. So those of you who follow this channel, you know what I'm talking about when I tell you what's going on, right? If you're here for the first time, my name is Sham. This is 0xfiles. The truth is always out there, right? So a few days ago, if not, I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, I mentioned that we had a live stream, and in fact, the video is still there. I don't delete my videos anyway. So we had a live stream, and in the live stream, I talked about how XRP could potentially take the dominance away from Solana. Well, guess what, right? Guess what? XRP is currently the #3 dominant coin on the planet. Okay, #3 dominant coin on the planet. Right, you heard me correctly. It's currently on the 3rd position in the coin market cap. All right, the total dominance, total market cap right now is $112 billion. It's a few $1,000,000 more than Solana. And remember, Solana is a coin that's sitting at $240. I can tell you the exact price right now. Solana sitting at $235. So Solana's been bleeding out a little bit. So this battle is going on now. XRP just hit $2, right? Bang on the dot. With it was like accurate to the minute, right? It hit 198, which was really cool, and currently sitting at 203. So it's moving forward. This means that we are XRP army win. Of course, bubble. Every time one of these coins move, it's a win for us, brother. It's a win for us. So 203, I think we went to like 207 just briefly. That's minor. Also, I wanted to point out one thing. When I looked at the charts, right? And by the way, guys, I hope the audio is good. And I kind of moved the device in front of me so that you guys could see better or hear better or whatever it is, right? Yeah, let me just do something with the lights here. So if you're here for the first time, smash that like button, hit that subscribe if you can, if you want to. That would be quite cool. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. I don't need anything else off you. I don't need any money or anything off you. I'm not going to sell you any products or whatnot. So just a simple like and a subscribe will suffice, right? So XRP now at $2. What's next? Well, the next right now is $3.30, which is technically the previous all-time high. I've talked about this on the previous video. I said, look, we were about 10% away from getting to that $1.98. We got to there, right? We smashed right through this. All we need to do is close a candle today. But even if we don't close a candle above whatever price, $2 or whatever, it doesn't matter. Remember earlier on I mentioned how we closed. So the last stream I did earlier today, a few hours ago, I mentioned how we closed on a higher number. As long as we close on a higher number, we have the potential to go and now pump and do whatever needs to be done. So I'm quite excited because of that, because I feel that XRP has a great chance from here. Technically it's only like 30% away. I know some people might say, well, no, it's actually 50% away. Yeah, it's 50% away, but I'm talking about like the entire thing as 100%, and I'm like, you know what, 30%, I don't care if it's 50%, 30% to me, right? So we're going to get there, right? So whatever happens, the candle closed perfectly yesterday, and I believe the candle is going to close very strong today as well, and we should get to see that $3.30 within the next 48 hours. If not, we're going to give it another 24 hours. Right? 72 hours maximum. 72 hours maximum. That's all we need. I think we're going to hit that $3, right? And here's the magic, right? When that happens, obviously it's going to add another 50% valuation to the thing. It's going to be targeting Ethereum. So if XRP starts pushing, and I think there's some documentary coming out, whatnot, on someone mentioned on 60 Minutes or something. I think it was on Twitter. Garlinghouse, his name, I forget. He tweeted it himself. So if that comes out and there's something positive results, I haven't watched it yet. Someone did share the info with me. The link hasn't been shared yet. So when that is published, because he did it last week apparently, things should start looking freaking bullish, right? Because it's that time. Remember, it's that time, right? So things are going to look bullish. We're definitely going to go towards the $3.30. That's very easy to do now. So when we were down, like, you know, I think it was like 16 cents, imagining $3.30 was a lot harder, right? Because we were so down. But now that we're getting closer, it's a lot more easier. We can see the probability is very high, right? We might end up waking up tomorrow and seeing a push all the way to $3. We could have that. So that's definitely coming. I'm not too concerned. It's exciting times. I know one of our brothers has gone to bed now. He's in Dubai. He mentioned he's waiting until he's not going to cash out until $10. So again, hodl strong, be strong, right? We are going to get there, right? I don't see a reason, as I mentioned earlier on, early video as well. There's no reason some of these coins can't get to some higher levels, right? So for me, I think that, yeah, definitely possible to do. But yeah, I mean, it's exciting, very, very exciting to see XRP take away the Solana's position on the market cap. As I mentioned the other day as well on the live stream, that guys, if I was to bet between, because remember back a few days ago, BNB, Binance, and XRP was almost neck and neck, right? And they were both kind of eyeing up Solana, so it was like, who's going to win? And I told you we got disturbed a little bit on the stream by some trolls, but I did say that if I was to put my money, I'll think XRP has a better potential to actually go there because of how I saw it, right? And it's all maths, right? When you take the number of coins, factor or multiply it by the price, immediately you see what happens, right? So XRP gets to $3, it's eyeing up Ethereum, right? If it gets higher than that, it's probably, and I can tell you this, if Ethereum, sorry, I'm going to tell you about Cardano as well. So if XRP heads towards $5, right, I'm just going to put it out there. If it heads towards $5, right, I think it has a good chance to take or probably even challenge Ethereum, right? So I'm talking about total market cap, guys. We're having a bit of fun, right? Battle of the Titans, right? That's what it is, right? So Mohammed Ashfaq says Cardano, brother, depends on when you entered Cardano, right? So I've been promoting Cardano since 2018, right? I've been promoting Cardano since 2018. The first time I promoted it, it was around 2 cents, 3 cents, right? So me, some of my boys, we bought it, right? And yeah, everyone's done pretty well. Of course, Cardano, I'm still holding a nice little decent bag. Cardano's doing its thing. But again, the momentum is good. We're in the good time of the market, the right time of the market. And I feel, right, honestly, Cardano could finally go and test that $1, maybe a little bit more. But what you have to understand is the number of coins. So always factor in the number of coins. We all want to see $100, like something that's sitting at $1 or something that's sitting at 50 cents. We want to see 100x on that, right? Right? We all want to see that. That's the most important. Any coin, doesn't matter what it is, right? I think 10x is kind of, nah, it's not worth it, right? We got to see 100x, right? So that's what we're looking for. So if we're looking at Cardano, of course, who doesn't want to see a $50 Cardano, right? But what we have to do is also kind of ground ourselves and look at the number of coins each one of these projects have. And then say, okay, if the price became this, so we do a formula here, we say, if this price became this, what would it be worth? And then if that doesn't make any sense to us, we might want to just say, okay, do you know what? We're going to take it down a notch, right? It's okay to be optimistic. It's okay to be really, really bullish. Oh, by the way, guys, is the view okay? Because if the view's not okay, if you're seeing me in a different way, I could probably move the device somewhere down here or something. I don't know. Just to make it easier for you guys, because I'm holding it in my hand, right? So yeah, I know that I don't want you guys looking up at me, up my nose or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Mohammed Ashfaq says, can you give me some Cardano? You never know. I might. You never know. You never know, my brother. You never know. All right. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. When we get to 10,000 subscribers, I do have a little surprise for everybody. So end of the day, you never know. I might just start throwing crypto out there for everybody. I don't know when we're going to get to 10,000 subscribers. Whenever we do. I do admit that I haven't been as active as most YouTubers are, like every other day. Recently, I have promised my community. So I have a community like Bubble and everybody. These are part of my community. In fact, Bubble is a moderator on the chat. So if he feels that he doesn't like the chat for somebody, he will kick them out, right? But the point is, I've had a bit of a situation, right? So I've had a loss of business and XYZ, so all sorts of other issues. So that was all kind of getting to me, and all sorts of loss of funds and whatnot. So I kind of didn't do YouTube as much as I'm doing right now, right? So I'm back, right? I'm back and I'm excited, and it's got nothing to do with the bull market. Believe me, I don't get excited in the bull market. I'm just too calm for that. It doesn't bother me. So I've come back, and I promised the community, when I saw how excited they are, how active they are, I said, guys, my promise to you is I will also be active, because even though I haven't been there, my community has never left me. right? Bubble, everybody, they all know. Whenever I come live, they came, right? Whenever I did a video, they watched it. They hit that subscribe button, not that subscribe, they hit the like button. They always left a comment. Bubble has pretty much left a comment in every pre-recorded video, right? He tries to come on every single what do you call this, live stream, right? So even if he's at work, he still comes on. So when I see that, I realize, I said, guys, you guys are giving me so much support, so much love, right? And so much respect. I need to give it back to you. That's why I'm back on the lives. And then when I came on lives, I was doing like horizontal videos, and someone suggested to do vertical. YouTube was also suggesting to do vertical. So then I thought, you know what, sorry, I'm going to do vertical. I know what the potential is, so I might as well do it, right? Because you get more views. So I started doing that, and I said, you know what, I've never had a target. I've never had a target to grow the community. Now I'm going to start targeting to grow the community. Now I want to grow this community to a bigger number. And then I just picked a random number. I said 10k, right? 10,000 is not that hard, right? I've been on it on YouTube on and off close to 4 years now. I've had other channels before that, so it's not like I'm new to YouTube, but this particular channel has been around for 4 years, and we've got to around, I think, about 3,300 or something right now. So I think 10k shouldn't be that bad. And yeah, I mean, it's growing, it's growing. So let's see where that goes. So let's see, my brother. We just gotta pray. Let's hope God looks down on me, right? I try my best to be humble. I try my best to do what I can. So anyway, let's talk about the market, right? So I mean, as I mentioned, Cardano, there's no harm in thinking that we could get to higher levels, because I think we can. But it's all about, remember, the calculation is all about the numbers. You got to do the maths, and if the maths doesn't work out, then don't bet on it. That's what I'm going to say. But Cardano has good potential, right? In fact, currently I'm not the amount I got, I wasn't even looking, in fact. So I've got it on my other chart. Give me a second. So I have multiple charts, guys. You know, when I'm talking about charts, I can flip my camera and show it to you. I have a few multiple charts, which Cardano's already at $1. You see, I wasn't even looking at it. So Cardano already beat my target. So I had a target of 88. Cardano smashed right through that. It's heading towards the $1.21 right now, right? And then we're heading towards the $2.90, potentially the $3, which is the all-time high. So again, Cardano looking as strong, right, as XRP. But I think XRP just has a little bit more exposure, right? More exposure in the market. More people know about XRP, right? More institutions know about XRP. In fact, more people with large wallets buy XRP. Let's just put it that way, right? People with small wallets usually hover around Cardano. So think about it that way, right? So the more money you're going to pump into something, of course it's going to pump a little bit more. So that's how I see it anyway, right? If that's not the case, then that's not the case. But yeah, Cardano looks super solid right now when I'm looking at this. Next target is 121. We're going to smash that. Also, let me just flip the camera over so you guys could see what I'm talking about, so just in case you think that, okay, this guy's just chatting BS, right? Right, give me a sec. Right, so this is my chart. This is the Cardano, and this is the numbers. You might not be able to see the prices because of the way the oh, there you can. Yeah. So 108 right now. We're looking target. So these lines are my targets. 121, and then the next target is 292, and then of course we have the all-time high. The reason I don't have a what would you call this? I don't have a line at the $3.09, because that's where we kind of spiked. And just to let you know, I do have my entire charts here. So I have multiple charts, like watch list, trading, what I'm holding, what I'm doing. So I have, a few bits and bobs. Like, for example, this is my current focus list. So in my focus list, these are the particular coins that I'm focusing on. As you can see, these are the only things I'm focusing on. So these are like my, well, let's just say my big bags, right? My big bags. And I have some community bags in here as well. So there are some community members who actually have some serious what do you call this, bags there as well. So I'm focusing on that. I'm like, you know what, I don't want to just talk about my thing. I'm also going to monitor what my community is holding as well, because that's important, right? So that's how I'm doing it. That's why XRP is there. I'm not a big holder of XRP, but one of my brother, he is very, very heavily into XRP, right? I'm not a massive holder of EGLD, for example, but one of my brother is a massive holder of EGLD. I'm not a big holder of Crow. Two of my brothers are heavy bag holders on Crow, right? So think about it that way. That's how I just like, so I monitor for them, obviously, for various other reasons as well, which I don't have to say anything. So that's what I do. And then of course I have some of my own things there, including Solana and XYZ. So there are coins there that originally or initially I didn't hold, right? But say at some stage, for some reason, people have gifted it to me. I got a payment in something, whatnot, and then I've become a bag holder. That's how I'm still holding them. But you know, anything like I receive, right? So sometimes I receive them as payment and whatnot for things I do. Let me put that here because I don't want to hold it in my hand. Anything that I receive, I don't tend to sell it. So basically, this is quite funny. So I do a few things like in real life. I actually consult people on what to do, what not to do, how to do it, and kind of just guide people. So I just give like community guidance, right? But there's public guidance and then there's private guidance, which is a whole different thing. So for the private guidance, right, people usually pay me in crypto, right? So, and I prefer that. I always say, look, I prefer crypto. I don't really like cash. And then what I do is whatever crypto I receive, right, whatever the payments are, I just leave it. I don't sell. So I'm not a hodler, but my intention was never to do it for money, right? So, so I end up holding it, right? So recently someone gave me some XRP and now I'm holding XRP, right? And I'm not going to sell it. I have no need to sell it. In fact, I had no need in the first place, but someone's giving it to me. Great, you know. So that's how it is, you know, end of the day. But yeah, I mean, just freaking looking at it, all of these coins that I'm looking at, Pepe is looking very strong. And we talked about Pepe recently as well. So yeah, I mean, but look, I'm not here to talk about other coins. I'm here to talk about XRP. And I think XRP, $3.30, you've got to understand the implications of that and where it could lead, right? So if it's sitting at $112 billion right now, another 50% onto that is 150. That's not that far. And then from that, if the momentum keeps on going on, and so far I see the momentum is good for this week, at least for the next 3-4 days, the momentum is good, right, on the charts. If it starts to move and take over its $3.30, then we could easily, optimistically expect a $10. A $10 XRP knocks out Ethereum completely. And Ethereum, if Ethereum doesn't move. So far, Ethereum doesn't look like it wants to move anyway. It's freaking stuck, right? So this is exciting news, guys. This is exciting news. Ripple could take the third position, right? Now, only thing I can say, and I've said it many times, I just hope, right, that none of the founders or none of the big whales, right, kill the momentum, right, by dumping on the public, right? Let it grow, let it get to 10, 15, $20. You know what I mean? Why not? Let it go, right? So when it gets to that higher level, right, at least the public have a good opportunity to cash out. Now, my options that I've said to people is, guys, when it gets to that level, put your stop loss, trailing stop, whatever. So climb it as high as you can. But remember, someone's going to cash out, right? At that some stage, I'm not saying immediately, but what I'm saying is some stage, someone's going to cash out. The wisest thing to do, and this is not financial advice, but the wisest thing to do is you cash out before everybody else. So when everybody else decides to cash out and the market starts to bleed out, you buy more. You buy more than that you had before, right? That's what you do, right? So when everyone's dumping, you buy. So that's what you need to do, basically. And I think it's big, right? But a lot of you guys who are new, right? People who have come to the like this game, right? Crypto game. We've been in it for a very long time, right? But those of you who have just recently come in a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, even 5 years ago, right? A lot of you guys maybe have seen 2 cycles, right? But I hope that you are now experienced enough, right? I'm not talking to the guys who have been in it for the last 3 months. It's a different story, right? Because I know people who have jumped in for the last 6 months, right? This is stupid. They have no experience, right? So those of you who have some experience, who have seen cycle 1, who have seen cycle 2, right? At least 2 cycles in your lifetime, or even this as a first thing, treat this as an experiment, right? As an experience, right? And understand that, look, what goes up will come down, right? And there is no harm, right, you selling the top and buying the bottom, right? There is no harm you doubling down, because look, in crypto, there's 2 things you do, right? Number 1, you came in to make money. Freaking be honest about it, right? Let's be honest about it, right? If you're coming in XRP, you came to make money. If you're going in BTC, you came to make money. Whatever you can afford, whatever you bought, you came to make money. Do not deny that, because if you deny that, you're a bloody hypocrite, right? And then the reason I say hypocrite, there's another reason behind that, right? Because a lot of people, there's, I'm a BTC army, I'm an XRP army, I'm an Ethereum army. You're fine. Then that means you're only holding that? No, I hold other. Hold on, but you're not part of the army. You're in crypto. Just freaking admit it. You're in crypto, right? So, listen. All I'm saying is be honest about it. We're in crypto. We're here to make money. We're here to make double, triple, quadruple, 10 times, 20 times, 100 times more money, right? Be honest about it. So, if we're going to make money, we're going to make money, right? And then we're here to accumulate as many more coins as possible with those profits. So, guess what? We're going to dump on the top and we're going to buy on the bottom, right? And we're going to have double the coins than we started with. And we're still going to enjoy some profits as well. Why not? We're here to, we can have best part of both worlds. We can have the entire freaking pie, right? So that's what we want. We want to have we want to have the entire cake. Why not? Right? So, so I hope people understand this, right? For us, we gotta, have that opportunity. We're gonna take that opportunity, right? If there's an opportunity for us to make money, we're going to make the money. If there's an opportunity for us to double down and have double the quantity than we started for next season, we can also do that as well, right? So it's a win-win. It's a win-win. But don't be foolish. Don't be foolish. And then when it gets to like $10, $15, $20, right, or whatever, something crazy, right? Even $100, why not, right? Imagine $100 XRP, bloody hell. If we get to that level, you don't cash out, you're going to be kicking yourself. You're going to be kicking yourself and the entire next season, right? You're going to be kicking yourself, right? Because a lot of people do that. When we get to some high significant level, they don't dump. And then comes the bear market, they're afraid. Oh, no, I'm still bag holding, bro. I ain't got no cash. I ain't got no peas, right? I ain't got no dry powder. Well, when the market bleeds out, you keep your funds away. Just sit back, relax, don't worry about it. If you don't work, you're self-employed, or you've made a whole shit ton of money, right? You don't know what to do with it. I'll tell you, the best way to kill your time, go and find a job. Go McDonald's, I don't care. Go somewhere, find a job, whatever, right? Kill time. And then what you do is when the market bleeds out completely, right? And now it's time for you to go, you start dollar cost averaging down. Right, so you think this is my opportunity to buy the dip, you buy the dip, you buy the dip, you buy the dip, right? And then what happens, right? You've now accumulated more coins than you had before. Do you know what I mean, right? So next season, when we come back for a run again, doesn't matter how high we go, right? Because every season we tend to go higher than we did previous season. Let's just say this way, right? And it seems to be a continuous pattern. Now, it's not for everybody. It's not for every coin. That's what I'm saying, right? But the top tier coins, yes. Top 10, I always say top 10, stick to the top 10, right? You can't go wrong. But okay, fine. You want to be a bit more adventurous. Top 20, top 50, right? Stick to those. Top 50 is a little bit more risky because they do get knocked up and down. But top 10 to top 20 is a good number, right? So if you I'm talking about market cap. So if you stick to those coins, you're fine, right? They will always come back. And when they come back every season, they're doing something bigger. Like last season, the entire freaking bull market ended at $3 trillion, $3.01 trillion, right? According to TradingView, you might have a different data, but $3 trillion, the entire market collapsed, right? Boom, we're gone, right? That was it. And now we're sitting at $3.36 trillion. Brandon Corelli says, new to crypto, when should I expect to dump my XRP? When should you expect to dump your XRP? Right, that's a good question, right? First of all, when did you enter? That's important. So I'm not asking you, but by the way, don't have to answer that. All I'm saying is, when did you enter? Did you enter at $10? 10 cents, 20 cents, 30 cents, 50 cents, whatever. You got to understand that that's your calculation, right? So don't give it to me. Don't give it to the community. We don't want to know. I'm just going to be quite, I'm going to, how would I say this? Give you an example, right? So you bought, just for the sake of it, $1. You bought it at $1. Great. You bought it at $1. We're currently sitting at $2 and climbing, I believe. Yeah, $2.08. So we're climbing $2. Fine. You've doubled your money. You know that your initial is there plus double, right? Just assume, I'm giving you an assumption. We know that within the next 72 hours, we're probably going to head towards the $3 mark, if not the $3.30, which technically is the previous all-time high. So now we smashed through the all-time high. So when we get to that level, you've 3x'd your money, just as an example. You've 3x'd your money. At that time, we're going to go into price discovery. When we get into price discovery, we could now head towards $4, $5, $6, $7, whatever.
you have to calculate how many percent have you made. Have you made it 100%, 200%, like 2x, 3x, 4x, whatever? You've made that, which is fine. Now, here's the fun part. If you're on a centralized exchange, you have a function inside there called trailing stop, right? Or stop loss. Use that. So you don't have to exit. You don't have to know when to exit. Nobody needs to know. Nobody has a crystal ball. We don't know when to exit, right? This thing could go to the moon, could go to $100. But if you use the tools that are provided to you through your exchange, right? And you planned everything ahead, Bob's your uncle, right? You're fine. You don't even have to dump it. When the market decides to pull back hard, right? You exit automatically. Even if like, I'll give you a good example. I talk about this all the time. Delta, right? So when you're pulling, when the market pulls down, delta. When you set up a stop loss or a trailing stop, you have a delta. It's like, okay, how many percent can I afford to lose before I'm kicked out, right? Because the markets are volatile, right? We know crypto's volatile. And I say this, I say BTC, if it goes up or down 1 or 2%, the others, they pump 10%, 5 to 10%, easy, right? If they bleed out, it's the same, 5 to 10%. So assuming that we're going up and we might get a little pullback, right? If BTC does 10%, we can expect 20% on the others, right? But 20% down is not the same as 20% up. Does that make sense, right? Because whatever number you're going from. So if you want to stay in the game, you set a higher delta. If you don't want to stay in the game, you're like, okay, if it pulls back 20%, exit me out. So then you exit out, you go back in, right? You go back in, and then you buy it again if the market's still moving, right? So that's what it is. Of course, you also want to know when to sell. Now, one thing I do, if you're still here, one thing I do here is I kind of talk about these things, especially when I feel the market's about to end. So when I start seeing a signal, I will post something. I did the last one when I saw the signal bull market's about to start. I talked about it. I pumped a video out there. Similar way, I'll pump another video. I'll probably go on live. Like today, this is the second live stream. So I'll jump on it. If I see something important, I'll jump on it, right? And I'll tell you guys to the best of my ability that, guys, this is how I feel, right? Of course, none of this is financial advice. You do whatever you want to do. It's your money. You burn it. Do whatever, right? So, but anyway, thank you very much for coming to the show. Thank you for asking the question. And I hope this kind of helps other people as well. Use the tools that are provided to you. Use the tools that are provided to you. And more than the tools, you have to have a plan. What is your exit strategy? When do you want to exit, right? Like I said earlier on, one of our members, his name is Bobby, right? He's in Dubai. He wants to sell his XRP. So he's held XRP since 2018. He's been holding XRP since 2018. He wants to sell at $10. His sell order is set up at $10. Think about that. So he doesn't care. He's like, bro, I'm selling at $10, right? That was the last conversation we had, right? So if he wants to sell at $10, he has a plan. Whether we go there or not, that's a different story, right? But he wants to sell at $10. He's made his mind up. That means he's got a plan. You know what I mean, right? Now with me, there are some coins I have plans for. I'm holding. I don't care for another 5 years. I'm holding, right? Other coins, I have no plans. So what have I done? I said, okay, do you know what? I don't have any plans. I'm going to put a freaking trailing stop on it because I don't have a target. I don't know if they're going to go to $20, $30, $40. I don't know if they're going to go to $400 or $500. I don't know, right? Let's just be honest about it, right? You can put as many Fibonacci's on it. Some of them bled so much, right? They're 99% down. Some of them are 90% below their previous all-time high. Even the Fibonacci's don't even give you a freaking number, right? So I'm like, you know what? I'll probably never go there. Fine. Whatever the market does, I might as well kind of... how would you say it? So I'm kind of double down on them. Like, so for example, something went down 90%, well, I've just put another 10% worth of funds in there, and that's kind of giving me double the amount, which means if I move 10%, then I could recover quite a bit, right? So something stupid like this. So there's a whole different maths behind it. But I know that I could recover a lot of my losses, but it's a risk I'm taking, right? But at the same time, I don't want to be in it. So what I'm doing is, I'm like, on the way up, I want to put a trailing stop, if I could, depending on what exchange I'm on, obviously, put a trailing stop and then start selling things. On other exchanges where I don't have a trailing stop, where I don't have those centralized functions, right? I've just put a sell order. Believe me, at a particular price, I put a sell order. And it's a random number I just threw out there, right? I said, you know what, if it gets to there, I'm out. That's my plan, right? Whereas in other assets, I haven't even done any of that. Do you know what I mean? So... But I will, like, when I get the signal, guys, when I get the signal, I'll shout and scream about it. I'll be like, guys, I feel the bull market's over. So far, I've given the timeline. I told everybody how long I think the market will stay, and this was like 3-4 weeks ago. I said, guys, we've got 2 to 4 months. So I've already given the kind of a timeline. Obviously, I don't have a crystal ball, so don't hold me to it. But the timeline was given. I said, look, 2 to 4 months, that's what I'm seeing right now. As we progress and as the data is more accurate, more data we gather, I might be able to give something better nearer to the time, right? So end of the day, I'm kind of holding back. I'm observing the charts, hence why my chart is literally facing me in the car. I'm watching it non-stop, right? Because at some stage, I am going to see a signal that says, right, we're about to flip bearish. Like for example, a few weeks ago, I told everybody that at a, later on, we are going to probably get a correction. We got one. I told everybody a few days ago that Saturday, Friday, Saturday, we're going to bleed because the charts said they're going to bleed. We bled out a little bit, right? And I said how the bleeding out isn't actually a bad thing, because when BTC bleeds out, so I'm talking about BTC here, when BTC bleeds out, the other coins will get a massive opportunity. Again, look at the timeline, look at every single live stream, right? What I said, right? And you can draw an entire picture out of it. So I said alts will come back, and the alts did, right? We're talking about dominance, how the alts need to take over the dominance and start moving, and that's exactly what they did, right? So far so good, right? And similar way, if I see something on the chart that says it's about to end, well, I'll tell you. So far, even on the weekly, check this out, a lot of people will point out, oh, weekly stochastic RSI, MACD, whatever, is kind of overbought. Yeah, but we could be in that overbought territory for weeks, months, right? Why can we do that? Because a lot of the time what people forget is your RSI is the previous data. It's calculating what happened last week. So the RSI we're going to see on Monday, right? Salam, my brother. Salam, Silent. How you doing, my brother? By the way, Silent, I'm around Camden. If you want to meet up later on, bro, I'm up for it. So give me a shout when we finish the stream. Give me a shout. Call me. I'm around Camden right now. Well, not entirely Camden. I'm in Hampstead. But yeah, nearby, not far. Salam, my brother. Anyway, so what was I saying? I lost my thought. What was I saying? Remind me. What was I saying? I'm saying something. Oh, nearer to the time. So when I get a signal, right, nearer to the time, when I get a signal, I'll tell everybody that, guys, this is how I feel, like I did in the past as well. I've done it all the time, and I'll say, look, maybe we've got a week left, maybe we've got 2 weeks left, but so far I haven't seen anything yet, right? And the weekly RSI, as I said, on Monday, so if you see weekly RSI on Monday, right, that's only up to today. So tomorrow, the RSI you're going to see tomorrow on your chart is up to today. So that means we're only seeing last week's data. So there's a little bit of inaccuracy. Of course, when you're looking at stochastic RSI, that's a different story. That's more of a daily momentum. So that gives you a rough idea, a better idea of what's happening today, right? Compared to what's printed, because that's only showing you, boom, a print of the last week, so we don't want to see that, Mansa Musa, awesome, my brother, nice to see you here. Of course, XRP to the moon, my brother, to the moon. It's ripping $2.12 right now. I'm telling you, that's why I said right earlier on this video, right in the beginning, I said that. I opened up with it. I said, guys, there's 2 things it's doing, right? One, it's definitely flipped Solana on the coin market cap. You can go and verify that. Coin market cap, currently Solana's number 4 and XRP's number 3. Right, and it's heading towards the $3.30. We should see a $3 within the next 48 hours. If not, worst case scenario, 72 hours. We're going to definitely see it. Right, so next 3 days, basically, we're going to see it. Right, it's happening. There's no ifs and buts. All the indicators are pointing up. Right, so this rocket has already been fueled, and it's now about to shoot. And then as soon as we have a lot more news and all sorts come up, we've got a bit of news coming as well regarding XRP, right? When all of these things come out, I'm hoping it's positive stuff. It should be. Normally it's usually positive stuff, so because that's when the hype phase starts, right? So I'm hoping the hype comes in. If the hype comes in, then yeah, you're adding some crazy concoction to your rocket fuel to bloody shoot this thing faster. Do you know what I mean, right? So something crazy is going to happen. You know what I mean? Something crazy is going to happen. So yeah, Bloody hell. It's awesome. Do you know what? This is what I was talking about. Last few live streams, I've been talking about this with everybody. I said, guys, right? The BTC dominance needs to freaking calm down. BTC can go to hell. It's done its 99k, settle down, go to 90k and just sit there. Right? Go to 90k and just sit there. Let the other coins come up, right? And of course it didn't stay there. It just pumped back up again, fine, but it started to hover around the 96, 97k. And that was the chance they took, because that's what I was looking for. Altcoins or altcoin investors. I know when we say altcoins, it's like they have a life of their own. Well, kind of, right? We've got living people behind them, right? Manzamuza says, watch BlackRock will file for ETF soon. Of course. It gets even better, right? Check this out, right? Okay. Right, this is going to be brilliant, right? So, BlackRock's obviously going to file for ETF, but because of the SEC issues in the past, you know, a lot of the exchanges, and quite a few top exchanges, actually still do not allow XRP. Do you know that? Because of that BS that SEC did. Now, here's fun facts, right? Trump is going into, or is taking over in January. He's mentioned something about SEC. He wants to replace Gary Gensler. Fine. Right? And I have my views on why he's doing what. I'm not too concerned about that. The founder of XRP is currently doing shows, YouTube, whatever, CBS, CNN, whatever. He's doing all of those visits, by the way. They're all pre-recorded, right? He's already done it. Let's put it this way. So he's going around promoting, right? And I got a feeling one of the promotion that's going to come out is he's going to be talking about why would you take XRP, right? Founder of XRP. I think he's going to talk about the case, and they're about to announce how they've been completely cleared, because that's one news we never got, right? Yes, we knew they won the case, but then there's this and that, whatever nonsense going on, but there was no 100% accuracy that it's over, right? Now we're going to be listed on every single exchange. I think if that happens, if they're allowed on every single exchange, then that opens up, automatically kind of cleans the slate for an ETF, right? And if XRP has an ETF, because remember, Bitcoin's had an ETF, Ethereum's had an ETF. If XRP gets an ETF, then BlackRock is invested in a massive company called Vanguard. In fact, they're competitors as well, but they still own shares in each other, right? And Vanguard is invested in another company called ARK Invest. So is BlackRock. And ARK Invest is heavily invested in Solana. So, listen, they're all connected, right? But the point is if one ETF opens up, I'm betting more ETFs are coming. And we just need something to light the fire, basically. And this XRP could be that that flame we're looking for, because it's the only one that has gone to court and battled it out for freaking donkey's years, right? But yeah, I think there's some good news coming, which should help it propel. And of course, in between all the case and all of the stuff, and the bear market and all of that, they have been doing some great stuff, investing in good projects. I mentioned this the other day. I know someone came and corrected me. Like, they tried to correct me. They were like, "Oh, Songbird is not this," and it's on one of the comments, and they're like, "Flare's not XRP," and this, it's not the point. And they're like, "Songbird is not Flare's test network." Well, that's what it was. Originally, that's what it was. If they don't have one, that's a different story. But I clearly mentioned Songbird is the only test network out there, or at that time, maybe there's more now, was out there that had an active real currency, right? Which means a real cryptocurrency which you can buy, sell, and trade. Whereas in normal coins are dummy coins, and it wasn't a dummy coin. If it becomes its own network, good luck, right? But Flare had massive investment from XRP, which I'm only assuming that XRP has something to do with it. Flare was promoting how they want to bring smart contract to XRP. Isn't that a bit of a coincidence? Why would you do that, right? So of course the truth will come out at some stage, whether it comes out now or not, but I believe XRP is behind Flare, hence why when Flare network launched, they pretty much airdropped a 1-to-1 ratio, 1-to-1. So if you held a million XRP token, you got a million Flare token, 1-to-1 ratio to all the holders, right? At that time, in participating exchanges, as far as I'm concerned, right? I think that's how it was. They did it slightly differently, but anyway, they did that. So Flare Network immediately got went into people's wallet, and people were holding it. There's nothing wrong with that. And I think that they're about to announce something crazy. Flare Network's going to explode, right? And I think XRP is about to freaking explode as well. So there's something that's coming out, because a lot is possible when you have smart contract functionality on a blockchain, right? And when you finally have some proper utility, right? And with smart contract, you can have so much. You can have DeFi built direct into it. You can use XRP as a DeFi, right? And all sorts of other stuff. You don't have to rely on exchanges for that, because currently a lot of the stuff that you need to do with XRP, you have to rely on an exchange, internal BS, right? But now you might be able to do it on the blockchain. Opens up doors. That's what I'm going to say. Currently XRP sitting at $2.14. It's climbing. It's climbing. Right? This thing is on a rip. Like, it's climbing. Market's sitting at 3.37. BTC hasn't moved. Ethereum hasn't moved. Say's been bleeding a little bit, 2%, but I know why it's bleeding, because Say, I believe it's on the 1st or the 15th of every month, they do the token unlock, so it bleeds a little bit. It's okay, I'm not too fussed about it. Pepe's been doing really well. It's at 22. So these are my focus list, by the way, guys. I'm talking about my focus list, right? But yeah, I mean, EGLD, right? eGold currently at $44, right? It's been hovering at $44 all day today, right? Again, when a particular coin starts to move, right? When a particular coin starts to move, all the spotlight goes to that, right? And because of that, that particular coin starts pumping even more, but others normally bleed out or stay stagnant. Now, when they bleed out, that's bad, right? But when they stay stagnant, that's brilliant for that coin, because that's a signal those coins are about to make a move as well at some stage. When, we don't know, right? I know some people asked me, like earlier on, Brandon asked when. I don't know when. I don't have a crystal ball, right? But we will have a rough idea. We'll get a signal on the charts, some level, whether we use MACD, whether we use RSI, whatever we use, right? We're going to get some sort of a signal, and then you'll hear most people, most honest people, will actually tell their followers and all the people who are subscribed to them. They will tell them, guys, we're coming near to an end at some stage. So for me, I believe that, and this is, like, take this with a pinch of salt, right? What I'm about to say right now. I believe we're at the end of the bull market. So right now, where we are, we're actually at the end of the bull market. But that doesn't mean it's finished today. End of the bull market means we're near to the end. Could last another month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, right? But end means that find the bottom, where the bottom was, start off the bottom, and I think that was like November. I believe it was November or something, 2021 or 2022, I can't remember exactly. So you calculate from there. So find the bottom, the last lowest candle after 2021, find that candle, and then climb it up from there, because that's the entire bull market. Because the bull market started when we first recovered from the bottom. We never tested the bottom again. That was the bull market. The bull runs are different. I mentioned this before as well, and I mention it all the time. Bull run is when we pump or dump, right? That's a different story. We could do that within a minute candle, an hour candle, whatever, any time frame. We can have a run, and we can have a run up or a run down. It's a different story. But bull market, we've been in it for some time now. In fact, I'll tell you, why don't I just tell you when we've been in the freaking bull market? Why am I even talking to you? I have a chart in here right in front of me, right in front of me. I'll tell you when this bull market started, just for the sake of this video. It's going to be, yeah, it was November 2022, so I was correct, right? November 2022 is when this actual bull market started. So if you look at that, it's just been over 2 years now we've been on it, and we might be coming to an end. As I said, it could last another 6 months, but we've been in it majority of the time. That's what I'm saying. Let's hope for the positive things. And of course, whatever happens, right, you as an investor, and I'm hoping all the people that come to this channel, right, I'm hoping that at least I'm waking you guys up a little bit, right? And making you alert a little bit. Be a bit more cautious. Yes, we're freaking excited. We hit the targets. We hit all the numbers. Everyone's made 300%, 400%, 500%, 1,000%, whatever, right? Some people even more. But I hope that this channel helps you realize that regardless of all of that, regardless of how happy we are, how excited we are, how many fireworks are going out there, we need time comes, even if we can't exit, should be prepared enough that it will exit us automatically, right? But ideally, if you can manually exit yourself, great. Have a target, set your targets. You want to be able to take your, or sell it for USDT, USDC, whatever your favorite coin is, a stable coin, right? I'm not saying come back to GBP, come back to US dollars. I'm not saying that, but get into a stable coin. And so at least that way, you know that you've got that funds ready for you to take out, do whatever, right? But when the rush starts, that's all I'm warning everybody is, remember, when the rush, when the selling rush starts, right? You're trying to sell something for $3, it bleeds out to $2.50. Well, guess what? Your $3 order is not going to fill. That's what I'm warning you, right? But if you prepared, if you sell on the green, so if the market's moving up, moving up, moving up, and you think, okay, it's about to snap, it's about to go down, whatever, or we have enough sufficient time, it's like, guys, a week from now, we might start seeing market bleed out. You need to start preparing at that time, because you can sell on a green easy, right? Because when you're trying to sell for $3 and someone's buying for $3.20, your $3 is going to go straight away. So remember, on the greens you can sell easier, on the reds you won't be able to sell easier. And I don't want any bag holders for this channel, this YouTube channel, right? This YouTube channel, my name is Sham, this is 0xfiles, the truth is out. This YouTube channel, I don't want to see any subscribers, right? Any subscribers being bag holders. I see free energy here. Awesome, my brother, nice to see you. So yeah, so I'm hoping this whole thing kind of helps you. I'm not being negative here. I know a lot of people are, oh, this guy's always telling us to bloody be ready. And this, I'm trying to, you know, put it into your heads, right? I'm trying to, you know, I don't know, carve it into your minds, right? That if you don't take profit, somebody else will, and you'll end up being a bag holder. And there's nothing wrong with being a bag holder. Why not? You know, you go to local shopping, whatever, you carry bags, right? You don't have somebody else carrying it. Of course, it's all right. You can be a bag holder. There's no harm in that. But you can hold more bags if you sell the top and buy the bottom. You can hold more bags, right? Because you have more power, more strength. So guys, any questions or anything, please let me know. Obviously, if it's a question that I can answer to, I will answer. If it's not something I could answer, then I'm just going to leave it there. But yeah, let me know if there is anything you guys want to talk about. Please don't ask me about specific coins that I wouldn't have a clue about, because there's too many, guys, too many. It is freaking tough. In fact, I say to people in the community, if you've got coins, you push them out. I'll buy them, right? Because there's just too many coins. There's like 3-4 million coins, if not even more. It's just getting freaky, you know. The entire market's like a coin factory now, you know, crypto factory, because everyone's just pumping out as many coins as they want. Free energy, silent sweet, bubble. If you have any questions, let me know. Mansa Musa, if you have any question, my brother, let me know. So yeah, let's have a look, see what's going on. This is good. Look, BTC, right? BTC right now at 97,000, so it's been bleeding a little bit, few $100s, right? While this has been happening, so that means people are dumping. Total market cap holding at 3.36, close to 3.37, right? But what I see is XRP at 218. 218. So we know that a lot of the funds are being recycled, right? A lot of the funds are being recycled. And here's another fun fact. Actually, I want to tell you this, right? This is quite crazy. So a lot of people value crypto with dollars, right? Or pound or whatever, right? Normally, I would say if you are going to value it in fiat, don't value it in your national currency. So I know we've got a lot of global people here. Do not value it in your national currency. Only value it in USD, right? You'll thank me later. Only value it in USD because of the FX currency exchange rate, right? However, a lot of people don't realize that if you're thinking about making profits in a particular coin, and a lot of the old school traders, they do this, right? They actually don't calculate how much dollars it's worth. They calculate how many BTC it's worth or how many Ethereum it's worth, right? In fact, Ethereum's a classic one. So back in the days, we used to calculate how many Ethereums you can buy for a BTC. Like right now, how many Ethereum can you buy for a BTC? You calculate that. So you take the BTC and you buy 20, 30 Ethereum, right? You buy it, right? So you buy your 20, 30 Ethereum. And then Ethereum pumps. And then you say, how many BTC can I get? And, you know, so during a particular time of the market, we used to dump the BTC to buy a particular asset. And then later on in the market, we used to dump that asset and then rebuy BTC to get more BTC, right? And the same applies to Ethereum. So if you do with another coin and you say, okay, I want to exchange this for XYZ amount of Ethereum, because you realize you're getting so much more Ethereum because Ethereum hasn't done anything. And then when Ethereum finally moves, right, the others won't do anything, and then you sell it back and you get more of that. So that's another way of accumulating more assets, basically, you know. So that's something that, yeah, some people have a lot of practice in. Let's just put it this way. A lot of practice. So, yeah. Any questions, my guys? Any question? If not, then I'm not going to stick around for too long. I was just free. You know what? I was free and I was just so excited, right? I was bloody excited. And I'm not excited. Do you know what? This is quite funny. You're going to laugh your head off, right? My excitement is not for me. In fact, my excitement is for a particular person who's not on this stream. He was on the previous one, right? I think he's going to bed or something, because he's probably got work tomorrow. But it was for another person. I'm excited because this brother has held for like 3-4 years. He's been on XRP, so he's not as old as my other guy, right, who's been holding since 2018. This brother's been holding for since like last 3-4 years, right? He's been holding, and he has a massive target. He has a massive. So the other guy, he has a target like $10, right? Bobby has a target for $10. But this particular guy has a target quite higher, and obviously he's come into the market a bit later, so he's bought it at a little bit more higher price than the other guy, right? So different people, different stages, different thing. But he's gone in balls deep, right? He's really deep in it, and I'm glad that right now he's doing okay, right? I'm really happy for him. Algo, let's have a look, right? Can it go to previous high? Let's have a look. Why not? Let's have a look, because I do have it on one of my lists. I have multiple lists, and this is my list for Algo. So Algo's all-time high was $3.27. Funnily, today, right? Today, it actually broke the minor resistance. It's not even a major, it's a minor resistance. It actually broke the minor resistance at 48 cents, right? 48 cents, it broke that. There is one other resistance that we're looking at, and that resistance is approximately 76 cents. So now that we're at 48 cents, we've broken through the minor resistance. There's one more minor resistance, which is at 76 cents. I think when we break that, then we don't really have another resistance until $1.60, right? And after $1.60, the $3.27 is nothing. It's a piece of pie. Because remember, this is the fun fact, right? That $3.27 or ish, let's just say, for Algo, that was tested twice. I think the original launch, the initial price we had, that was the dump, and then we actually tested it back in, right, and I'll give you the date. Give me a second. We tested it in November 2021, right? So it tested, it got rejected. This time, if it goes there, will it get rejected? Well, third time's the charm, right? maybe it won't get rejected. Well, it's actually going to be the second time technically, because the first one was a DOM, and then yeah. So, but that is a W pattern, guys. That's a W pattern, and a W pattern, you know the outcome, right? That means that if it does get to that $3.27, just like XRP, it also has a chance to head towards the 5, 6, even the $10, right? Free Energy says it did break. That's why he's thought about it. Yes, now that we've gone up that level, remember this. We can peak above, we can break through, smash through stuff, right? You know, we can shoot rockets up. What matters? Candle close, right? On the worst case scenario, like if we're looking for a result, we can accept daily candles. But this is a weekly candle. This candle I'm talking about is a weekly candle, right? Let me show it to you. Let me zoom in a little bit. This is, yeah. This is a weekly candle, my brother. Look, this is a weekly candle. So I'm not looking at some daily nonsense here. This is a weekly candle, right? I don't mess about with daily stuff, right? Look, this is the weekly candle. So yeah, this is no joke. This is no joke, right? So when we're looking at weekly stuff, these are bigger data, and they have potential to do some heavy stuff. So remember this, a candle close is very important, and especially on a weekly candle close, that's some super good data, right? That can push things to another level. Daily, I don't really concern myself. As I said, it's a worst case scenario. Okay, look at it daily. You know, I can't find anything, guys. Listen, I'm trying to scrape the bottom. I can't find anything, right? So yeah, here's a daily. You know what I mean? Guys, I'm really struggling to find something. I'm going to jump into some hourly chart. Here we go. We're going to connect some dots here. No, they're not relevant. They're not relevant, right? Daily's okay, fine, you know, depends. But as I said, this is weekly, and weekly wouldn't fail you, right? A weekly green candle is a freaking green candle. Don't deny that, right? A weekly red candle with a positive sign on it, right? What BTC just did. This week, if BTC decides to move, right? So coming week, right? If BTC decides to move, I personally don't want to see BTC move. I want to see BTC stay where it is, stay exactly where it is for at least another week and a half. That's important. However, if it does move and it wants to celebrate Christmas early, right? Then 100K easy. If it gets to 100K, we should see a few candles, $5,000-$10,000 candles, and yeah, we might even shoot towards $120,000-$130,000, which I've already published a chart on that. My targets, right? $133,000. I think that's where we're going to be heading. Do you know what I mean? That's where we're going to be heading. So, but that's not good for the rest of them. Do you know what I mean? It's not good for the rest of them. So yeah, we're looking really good. Cardano surprised me. So earlier on, a brother mentioned Cardano. I haven't even looked at it, because remember, was it no? It wasn't last season. It was 2021. 2021, Cardano did how much was it? I think it was like 15,000% or something stupid. So about 90% of all of those Cardano was dumped, right? And then it went down, it bled down. I can't remember what price it bled down to. And then a little bit more cash was deployed to pick up some more. And that was it. Just left it there. That's not bag for today, bag for tomorrow. That's not a seasonal bag. That's just a bag. Just leave it there. So I haven't looked at it. There's a whole bunch of coins that are sitting on some random wallet somewhere. I haven't looked at. I haven't even opened it. Right, the exchanges, I haven't opened it. I'll give you a good example. KuCoin. Last time I opened KuCoin, I think it was a year and a half ago. There's a bunch of coins there. They didn't perform that well. So I dumped them, and then there's a few more that I've lost so much money, right? I've bled out, right? You know, let's put it this way. One of the assets that I bought bled out around 10 bags, right? 10K in a couple of hours. And I'm still holding the freaking coins, right? So it's not worth it. I don't want to even move it. So I left it there, shut the account down. Well, it's not shut down, but I just left the account there. Haven't gone in to see it anymore. but I do have alerts set up, right? So it will notify me when I get to a particular target. But before that, there's no point. What's there to look at? But similar way, I'm also going to advise this to you as well. No financial advice, but I do advise everybody, guys, if you have an opportunity to set up alerts for target prices, do that. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything, right? On TradingView, they do charge you. I think you have to have a premium account to do it. But there are apps out there, right, where you can actually set up alerts for specific coins. Even your exchanges like Binance as well, they have alerts in there. Set up alerts at target prices, low price and a high price. Adjust them every week or so. And when those targets hit, you don't need to sell, but at least you know, right? You are alerted. It's like, okay, if it moves 5% up, if it moves, I actually get to know. I don't have to open an app. I will just see the notification. I already know, right? And that's what I do exactly. So I have alerts for specific coins: BTC, Ethereum, Solana, BNB, Cardano, right? A few others as well, but Cardano not so much. Like the price is different, right? What I'm trying to say is I have my target prices set up in an app, and I'm just waiting for those apps to ping me, right? When they ping me, I know exactly what's going on, so I don't have to open a chart to see that, you know. But yeah, Algo's doing good, and I do have some Algo. Yeah, I've got some Algo. I've had that Algo. I think I've had that since 2018. Test luck. XRP is number one. What, number one now? It's not number one yet. Number one would be when it gets to the total market cap, right? But what I have a feeling, but I'm going to ask this again. Are you only holding XRP? Because if you're only holding XRP, you're the best. Then you are number one. Then everything you say is number one, right? If you're only holding XRP. However, if you're not holding only XRP, if you still have a little bit of Ethereum, maybe some BTC down there, don't say number one, because you're doing yourself injustice. Right? Yes, it's currently number 3, right? It's currently number 3 in the total market cap. I'm freaking excited about that. That's exactly how we opened up this live stream. So you've got HBAR, ICP, XLM, awesome, right? So you have all of them. So maybe XRP could be your number one bag that you hold. Great, that's not a problem. But all of these means that you love crypto, right? I said that earlier on as well. I said, guys, a lot of you, we have to be honest about it. We're in it for the money. We're in it for the money. We've come in, we've bought it at certain times, right? Of course, I don't think the same, anyone who's entered today, someone who's buying right now for, what's the price? Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong chart. Focus list. Anyone who's buying right now for $2.13, for example, buying an XRP right now, they won't say the same thing. They haven't made their money yet. But people who have bought at 16 cents, like last low that we had was about 16 cents. People who bought at 16 cents, 26 cents, right, 30 cents, 40 cents. Well, yeah, for them, it could be number one. Do you know what I mean? But ultimately, you're in it for the money. That's the most important thing. Say you're in it for the money, right? If you're holding one particular asset, then you are definitely a massive fan of that asset, and I respect you for that, right? You know, you can turn around and say to me, whatever asset you hold, if it's the only one, that is number one, and I will really believe you, because that is number one for you, right? And I respect that. I'll put my hats off to you. You are number one, right? But we're in the market and everything's freaking pumping, right? Everything is number one. Let's make money, bro, right? Every member in your family has back. I hope you don't have to carry them whenever you go traveling, bro. You know what I mean? You know, like recently, you know what? That's right. So I started going and doing some shopping. So normally we just order stuff home. But recently I thought, you know what? I'll go to the shops, get out there. I'm kind of free. So maybe TechSluck doesn't know this, but Free Energy and a few others know this. So I'm currently officially unemployed. So I don't really have a freaking job, right? So yeah, I haven't got a life. So I go visit people, do whatnot, and console people, and you know, do other stuff to earn money. So I'm freaking mostly like a hustler, right? Let's just put it this way. So I'm kind of free, right? So like sometimes you've got nothing better to do. So I go shopping, right? I actually go shopping, and I'm having to freaking carry bags, right? So after buying those £1, £2, £3 bags, I kept on buying these bags, right? I'm like, every time I go there, I haven't got a bag, so I need to buy a bag. To the point where I said, you know what, I'm stopping this. This is stupid. How many more bags am I going to buy? And the missus was chucking them in the bin. She's like, how many bags are you going to get? So now I have bag for life. Whatever that nonsense is, right? I bought one in Tesco's and I bought one in the other another shop the other day, right? And I got these bags. So every time I'm going there, I got these 2 different bags, and I make sure I don't take a trolley, because I did a mistake the other day. I walked in there with a freaking trolley, and I just kept on pumping stuff into the trolley, and then I bought like 10 bags, and it's kind of stupid. That was crazy, right? But now I carry 2 bags, right? And just a basket. That's enough. I don't need too much. It's stupid, right? But yeah, it's a good little walkabout. Free Energy says you don't have to be premium on TV to have Trading View to have a look. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. I know that was a premium feature that was there back in the day. So back in the days, to get alerts on specific currencies or whatever you want to do, you had to be a premium member. Currently, if it's free, great. And I always promote, do the free thing, right? But as I said, there are apps out there that you can actually use to monitor as well, which is really good. Exchanges do it as well. Tesla says, how long do these bull runs last? Typically these bull runs start for around, I would say they start and end around 2 years, right? On average 2 years. Let's say 2 years, 2.5 years, right? There's no set amount. But these runs come every 4-year cycle. So it seems like there's a pattern. We come back every 4 years. However, I've said this many times on other live streams as well, we cannot always use them as a fixed data. So because past performance doesn't mean it's going to be the same in the future. So these runs could last a little bit longer, maybe a little bit shorter, but it's an average of 4 years. That's the best way to say it. But what I have noticed is last 2 cycles, or almost 3 cycles, right? So the 2017 bull run, everyone knew, but 2017, that started in 2015. So that was clearly 2 years, right? It started in mid 2015. So that's 2 years. The 2020 bull market, right? That kind of started in 2018. Right, so a lot of people, it's like when we finally hit that bottom and start moving back up, that's when it started. So 2017, we ended one bull market, we were in it for like a year, right, or less than that, and then we started pumping again, right? So that was 2018 to 2021, right? So that's a long one. And then we dumped, fine, and then we started pumping again since 2022 November. So it's been 2 years now. So there is no thing, but yes, it's every 4 years, kind of like that. So it's crazy. Look, there's so many different factors. If we had so for example, the number of coins we had in 2015, if we had that same number of coins, then everything would be exactly the same. We could say there's a particular pattern. Like when we look at S&P 500, right, or Fortune 500, it's 500 companies. We all know it's 500 companies. Yes, 1 or 2 companies may get knocked down, but it's still 500 companies. So that index fund really doesn't change much. So you can predict exactly when the bull run starts or when the bull run stops, right? Similar way. So if we had a set number of coins from 2015, we're fine. But that changed because we had this massive promotion of cryptocurrency projects and whatnot, and we went from like 300 coins all the way to 3,000 coins. I think in 2017, end of 2017, when the bull market ended, we had like 3,600 coins. So all of a sudden, we had 10x the amount of coins. So same way, after that market ended, 2018 to 2021, all of a sudden we've got thousands more coins coming out, thousands more projects. And that kind of changes the dynamics a little bit because the market patterns are changing as well. And all of the coins are competing for the market cap and everything. And during a run, everything runs, right? So, all I'm saying is like, as long as we're cautious and we play it safely, it's fine, right? It's fine. What's my thoughts on XYO? It's a coin I did look at, and I think I have some on Coinbase, but honestly, I don't know. To be honest, right now I have no idea. Do I have it on my list is the question, because normally coins I will really know a lot about, I would usually keep it on my thing. Let's see, Galaxy, no. Because I if I'm holding the coin, I would normally have it on a particular list. I'm looking at it right now. Let me have a look. So you see, you said H bar before. I'm holding H bar today. H bar pumped 18%. So that's a good one. Let me check. No, actually, I don't had it. That means I probably dumped it. If I'm not holding it, I've dumped it. So yeah, XYO, I'm not sure, but I'll have a look for you anyway. I'll have a look. I don't have an issue with that. That's one. Let's have a look. Come on, mate. XYO. But yeah, listen. End of the day, let's just put it this way. So yeah, it's on Coindesk. So XYO looks very similar to another coin we just talked about, Algo. Very similar to Algo. Currently sitting at 0.008, right? But it hasn't got any resistance until 0.017, right? 1 cent. So there's no resistance. That's good potential. Basically, from here to the 0.017. It's like almost 100%, so there's an opportunity there. But yeah, there's plenty of coins out there. You can talk about what do you think about this coin. It doesn't matter. In a bull market, it doesn't really matter. Buy whatever and just pump the shit out of it. Honestly, excuse my language, but that's how it is, right? So Tesla says, wow, this is just the beginning. It's the beginning of the end. That's the best way to put it. Mohammed Ashfaq Ahmed, just give me, I don't know, why would I want to give you Cardano? Especially if you're coming to my live chat and you're asking for money and this and that, I'll give you my wallet address, whatever. Sorry, you're being a bit rude. You do realize that. So you're embarrassing yourself. You're on a live stream, you know, plenty of people are watching and listening to this. This is stupid. Don't do that. Don't degrade yourself so much. I said to you, if we get to like 10,000 subscribers, I have a subscribe for the community. Do you want to ruin that for everybody else? Seriously? Tesla, it has some connections with AI. I don't care if it's 10 people or 10,000 people, brother. That's not the point. You're still embarrassing yourself. You're talking about it. You're telling me 10 people, even one person, you're embarrassing yourself. Oh my days, man. Obviously, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's wrong. By the way, I didn't come to what do you call this, YouTube for 10 person or 100 person or anything, right? I literally came to YouTube because I wanted to, right? And the truth is always out there. Tesla says, your thoughts on Pepe. Pepe, I think, has a great opportunity. Pepe, Doge, Bonk, right? So we're going to look at all of these, right? All three of them in the same category. I believe they have great potential to pump higher. So yes, they've already hit their all-time high, right? Mohammed, please stay on subject and don't do that, because I'll just end up banning you because you're being quite annoying. So what was I saying? Pepe, Bonk, and Doge, right? SHIB as well to some extent, but not so much, right? All right. There you go. Right, that guy's banned, right? Because honestly, what I don't like is coming here and acting like that's just wrong. I've heard about Murad, but what you need to listen, Murad has his own community, right? I don't compete with anybody, neither am I shilling any coins here. I don't want to shill any coins. So I'm going to answer Tesla's question first before I get to this, right? So Tesla, as I said to you, Pepe, Bonk, Doge, right? So Doge hasn't really gone towards that level that I really wanted to, but those two have already pumped and they've already broken their records. So they've done their new all-time high. Right now, they should be in price discovery. And because they have such a large community behind them and massive holders, right, and people are still buying, they have the potential to actually get to higher levels. Because just if you just look at the market cap, that where they are, the position they're holding in the market cap, that alone speaks volumes, right? Pepe's already there. Of course, SHIB was there at one stage, right? Hence why I said SHIB. But SHIB right now is not the same as Pepe, right? Pepe is a meme coin. SHIB is a network. Shibarium is a freaking network, right? And I think they just went too greedy because Why are you making it to a network? You should have kept it there. That would have been better. But of course, whatever works for whoever, that's a different story. But I think Pepe has great opportunities because it's still sticking to that narrative. Bonk sticking to that narrative, because I don't know if you know Bonk, the way it was given to people, right? People who bought the first Solana phone, they were airdropped Bonk, right? And a lot of the people during the lunar crash that lost money, those wallets also received Bonk. So Bonk already all of a sudden had a mass adoption. You know what I mean? And people like that narrative because there's a story behind this, right? Pepe, there's a story behind this. It's the meme, right? It's the frog meme, right? So everyone knows there's a particular meme. This is a well-known meme. Whoever created it, what they intended, that's a different story, but it's a meme. And because of that, it had a good supporting community. Even for fun, people actually even bought Pepe. So I believe Pepe has a good opportunity as long as Pepe sticks to what it intended to do, as long as Bonk sticks to what it intended to do. But of course, Bonk is like now also becoming a freaking network. That's a whole different story. So that's a whole different thing. Oh man. So talking to Crypto Roach, right? Crypto Roach. Yes, we know what Murad's theories are, theses are, and everything. But with Murad, you have to understand he has his own community, right? And in his community, there's plenty of projects that he's shilling out there, he's pumping, or even some people have accused him of dumping. I'm not getting into the politics of the things, but yes, he's making calls and people are making money on those particular assets. Whatever his intentions are, that's a whole different story. But you know, with 250,000 people in his following on his Twitter or wherever he's got his community, he's doing okay. That's his business, right? I'm not going to get involved in that. Do I think that he's being honest with everybody? I don't think so, but that's my opinion. But are people making money? I think a lot of people are. People who have the ability to get in, follow his pump, when they see 10, 20, 30%, 100%, 200%, when they see that pump and they can cash out, they're winners, right? I don't see anything wrong with that. But am I going to talk about Murad on my channel? Am I going to talk about Murad? No, I'm not. I'm not competing with him. I don't have a community like that, right? I don't have a community like that. So that's a different story, my brother. Tesla says we have zero tolerance for nonsense. Banning. I have. He's been banned. He's been timed out. So utility takes from the coin, in my opinion. I rather just have community than utility. Do you know what? So this is something I'm a bit of an advocate of. I always talk about people power. I follow projects with community, right? But in this particular instance, I won't agree with you. So if a project has, you know, XYZ amount of holders, I'm there, definitely, right? So, you know, when I'm talking about Pepe and this and that, I've kind of already explained it, right? I follow those narratives and I'm okay. So this is a coin, I'm following that. But if someone sticks Pepe onto a group and says, we're going to pump this today, or this is going to do really well, right? Well, my assumption has to be, what's your intention? What's your motivation? Do you know what I mean? That's my whole thing. Now, if I'm seeing your balances, you know, 1 million becoming 2 million, becoming 3 million, becoming 4 million after every pump, well, I already know what your motivation is. Okay, fine, I'll ignore all of that, right? I'm making money, fine. As long as I'm making money, who cares, right? And I always say this, right? So people power, very important. I believe in people power, as how many holders they have and how much people are invested. It's very important. And of course, during a pump, you got to cash out. Just don't be a bag holder. That's it. End of the day. So yeah, I mean, if that's what you follow, then that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. By the way, listen, I'm not having a go at you. And as I'm keep on saying the same thing, we're in it to make the money. Make the money, right? However, make the money, right? It doesn't matter, you know. I'm not on Murad's level. That's all I'm going to say. I don't even go on X. I haven't been on X for a very long time. I used to be quite frequent, but I stopped. Just, I don't know, just don't have the time, the life gets on, right? But I'm not Murad, if that makes sense, right? I could be if I want to. I think I could be. I think I could get out there and do the same thing with the same dedication, spend the same amount of time, tweet as many or X as many messages out there and create an entire community. I've got 6 accounts on Twitter, right, or x.com, different variations, right? But point is it can be done if that's what my intention is. It's never been my intention. Do you know what I mean? So it is what it is. Um, in my opinion, how high do I think it goes? So I've already talked about it. I think even in this video, I've talked about it as well. After Ethereum, XRP gets to $3.30, which is technically the peak of the previous all-time high. If it gets there, it has a chance to get to around $5 to $6, if not $10. And the reason I say $10, I don't really go above that yet, right? Is I've explained that as well on another live stream. Is that the market has to give space for these coins to get to that level. If we've got 10-15 trillion dollars in the total market cap, then we know we have 10-15 trillion dollars to shuffle, right? So that means we are giving space for coins to have a larger valuation, because we're not going to just make money from thin air, right? From nowhere. It's not going to happen. So when I look at the number of coins that are, you know, available in the market, or number of coins in total, and then I add a valuation to it, even then I'm being slightly hyper optimistic, right? So $10 I think is a good number, achievable number. Anything higher than that, I think everybody's going to say good luck, right? You know, it's a good thing. By the way, there's no harm if we go higher. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying I'm being realistic here, and my expectations are not too high, right? Because I think there's a level where we have to hit, and that's where, like, we draw a red line, right? It's like, right, anything higher than that, it's like you're revving too high, mate. You know, in the car you have a red line, you know, and when you rev above something, your engine's telling you you're revving too high, you're about to break your engine. Similar way, I think up to 10 is a red line, right? After the 10, now you're getting to a level where you might break things, right? So then you start playing it cautiously. Of course you can go to the moon, why not, right? But I think 10 is the best. And again, I'm not giving you any financial advice or anything. Also, what are your thoughts on Zen, XEN? XEN, I don't know. I think I know. I don't know. Anyway, right now it's not coming to me. XEN is not coming to me. XEN is not coming to me. So I'm not going to talk about it, as I mentioned earlier as well. If there's something I don't know, I won't really say anything. Because if I now go and look for it in this and that, I might end up giving you bullish. I'm not going to, or BS, I'm not going to give you anything. Mark Pitties here. Awesome, nice to see you, my brother. I am doing my best. I'm coming on more often. Of course, today was the second stream as well, Mark. It's been a long time since I last saw you as well, my brother. But I am coming back. Market's exciting. Community is getting more exciting as well. So I made a promise to the community that I'll come on lives more often, and I'll do whatever to grow the community. So this is my, you know, the work I'm putting in now is for the community, as always. Anyway, I'm the same guy. I haven't changed. You know this. I haven't changed. Same guy. Crypto Roach says you have an account, X account. Yes, I do have an X account. In fact, if you go to the description of this video, there is a link there that says all my links. Hasn't been updated, God knows since when, but it says all my links, and you find all my links. Bro, I'm an open book. Everything's there. Twitter, everything's there. X.com, whatever, everything's there. Right? And it's all the same name, 0xfiles everywhere. So you won't find a different name. I don't have another fake name. Same name, right? But yes, I haven't posted in a long time. In fact, the last time I actually replied to something, or replied to someone, because they mentioned something, and I, you know, they know exactly what I'm talking about. So I gave a last reply. I gave them a reply. That was it. But other than that, my notification, everything switched off. I don't look at that stuff. Got time for it, bro. Roach says, I love the opposite beliefs. Keeps me in check. Randomly scrolled onto your vid. Love the energy. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate that. That's the whole thing. We want to hype. We want to go to the moon. Of course, that's what we want to do. But we want to be real about it as well. But at the same time, we want to keep the profit. That's what my entire journey through crypto has been, always to tell people that, guys, you're in it to make the money. Make the money. Don't be a bag holder. Right? Make the money. When you're in, and we have, by the way, don't get me wrong about Murad as well. Don't get me wrong. We've got members in our own group who will come up and give a coin with low market cap. Probably he's part of Murad. I don't know, right? But he'll give a thing and he'll say, like, look, this could potentially do a 2x, 10x, maybe whatever, something like this. And people invest and people make a lot of money. This is people in my group, but I keep silent. Why? Because yeah, you got to take responsibility, have a bit of fun, but don't invest too much money that you can't afford to lose. But the other rule, right? The other rule, you've invested. As soon as you see a pump, take your initial out. Do whatever you want to do, right? Go to the moon, no problem. But take your initial out. It doesn't hurt you anymore. So that's what I preach to people, right? Because I think there's not enough people on YouTube preaching this. Do you know what I mean? So hence why that's the subject I chose. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try and ground people a little bit, and hopefully they can basically think clearly. And then when the time comes, yes, we're all excited. We can also cash out as well. Keep as many crypto as possible, and then go to the freaking moon. But no, I do appreciate you coming to the show. And all those of you who are new as well, my name's Sham. My channel's called 0xfiles. And I always say the truth is always out there. That's actually our channel slogan, right? Or the thing. But yeah, the truth is out there. And what I mean by that is you can go back to any one of my videos, whether it's a live stream or pre-recorded, because sometimes I do pre-recorded as well. You can go and you can look at the dates, and if you follow them according to the date, you'll see it's a progression, right? It's a continuation from the previous one. So when I'm talking about previous stuff, I'm literally talking about previous stuff, right? But my videos are always talking about the future. I'm always trying to keep people calm and trying to say, guys, yes, we're excited, but be prepared. And all I want you to do is keep profit, only for your benefit, nothing else. What am I going to get out of it? Nothing. What am I going to get out of it? I'm not plugging anything. The entire video, I haven't plugged anything, have I? Not that I don't have it. I have everything, but have I plugged anything? I haven't plugged any. This is probably the second time I'm going to ask. Like, share, subscribe. That's it. I'm not plugging anything here. Do you know what I mean? But I'm here for you guys. Honestly, I'm here for you. Mark Pitti says, OP, let's have fun. No financial advice. If you would have 10K in dry powder, would you buy right now? More options possible. If I had 10K right now, would I buy? I'll buy anything. I wouldn't even look, right? And I am doing it as well, so it's not like I'm not doing it. What you need to understand is when the market's in this kind of a momentum, everything pumps. Jump on the pump, make the money. Listen, you could be buying something today with the assumption you're going to make, I'm going to do it, I'm going to make a 1x, right? I'm going to make 100% profit if it goes to this price, right? Here's the fun part, if it goes to this price. But you can take that same money, buy something and do 10% every single day before your original asset that you were looking at, before that even goes to that price. You did 10%, 20%, 30% every single day, right? And all of a sudden, you have 200% more profit. I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it right now, right? Yes. Even now, imagine this, right? XRP, I just said XRP, right? Let's talk about XRP, right? XRP. I've got a different strategy for XRP, but XRP, I buy XRP today. It's now currently at, let me go back to that chart. Give me a second. Currently focus. Yeah, currently sitting at $2.13, right? So XRP is at $2.13. I go in. I already know that it's going to hit the $3 or $3.30, right? Which means potentially, and this is an estimate, right? About $1.15 per coin, right? Per coin, $1.15. That's like 50%. So if I put 10 bags in today, and I know within the next 48 hours to 72 hours, and no financial advice, it's going to hit $3.30. Well, that's 10 grand into 15 grand. Boom, I just made 5K in 3 days. It's a no-brainer, bro. It's a no-brainer. Why wouldn't I buy? I'll buy right now, right? But as soon as I hit that 15K, what's the first thing I'm going to do? I'm going to put a stop loss or a trailing stop. And if I don't trust the coin or whatever, and if I feel a bit iffy, I'm going to take my initial out. Now I got, say, I put 10K in. I took my initial out. I took my 10K out. I got 5K's worth of free crypto, bro. If this thing goes to $20, $100, well, Bob's your uncle. Do you know what I mean? I love it. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's how I would look at it, right? It's an opportunity. The market's throwing opportunities out there. We're in that phase where everything's going to pump. That's why I've been telling people for the last good couple of months now, buy whatever, pick your coins, stick your coins, buy whatever, it doesn't matter. We don't need to know what coins you're picking. It doesn't matter. Like a lot of the coins that this brother was giving me, like XCN and this and that, we don't need any technicals, forget the fundamentals. Who cares? I don't care who created the coin. We're in the pumpamental phase, right? So pump the life out of it, bro. And then when you pump, take your initial out, the least, right? If not, then take your profit and move on. Everything's going to pump, but they're not going to all pump forever. That's all I'm saying. If you're not going to take the profit, somebody else will take the profit, right? So don't be that guy who ends up being the last guy trying to take the profit, because as I mentioned earlier on as well, in this same stream, during a green candle, right, you can sell anything. You can actually put the price higher and someone will buy because the candle's just moving up. But during a bloody candle, whatever price you've put in, right, if the candle keeps on dropping, right, you're not going to be able to sell. It doesn't matter. You're going to have to change your price to a cheaper price to sell because people want it cheaper. So don't be that guy that's trying to sell but can never sell, right? I want you to basically cash out, make profit, make a shit ton of money, and yeah, move with that. Pesos here. Salam, my brother. Came on well, catch the earlier part after this finishes. Yeah, we'll catch the, okay. Awesome, no problem. Thank you, my brother. Nice to see you here. Where were you earlier on? I was trying to ban someone. I had to do it myself, bro. What's going on? Mark Pitty says, man, I have kids, busy life, haha. I'm even listening while vacuuming and cleaning after a little one stepping on Legos, and so check it whenever I can. Awesome, my brother. No, listen, if you do, I am more often now, and if I do live streams or whatever, turn your the bell, the bell icon, right? Put the notifications on bell, then at least you will know. Like today, this is the second stream, and we were talking about how everything was like earlier on. I said to everyone, I said, guys, did you realize how all the candles closed positive, right, when BTC was showing a bit of weakness, and how the dominance, right, dropped? So dominance right now, where are we? The dominance right now at 57.10, so it's dropped a little bit more, but not as much as we want. But as the market capitalization is taken over by other coins, we are seeing that dominance being taken over. So a lot of the market share is being taken over by other coins. So we want BTC to stay exactly where it is, right? Just stay exactly where it is, and it's going to really do something cool. Marx, it's a few years back I asked you if you had 100, would you put it? You told me ship. Now I'm asking about 10k, so you know how that turned out. my brother, respect. Yeah, I'm still holding SHIB. I still got some SHIB. I got some SHIB back from, so I had some remaining, like a little stash. I still have that, and that's, you know where that is, right? So we all know where SHIB went, right? But all I'm saying is, look, buy, right? And this is no financial advice at all. So please, everybody understand this. We're not giving financial advice. And all the coins we mentioned, none of these are relevant. It doesn't matter what coin you pick, right? It doesn't matter if it's a low cap gem. It's low cap is higher risk. But if you look at the top market cap, total market cap, right, and if you're looking at that, look at the top 20, it doesn't matter what you pick. They're all going to pump. Some might pump higher than others, some might not. But everyone's going to make money. All I'm saying is you must be prepared to secure those funds on the way down. Now, when does it go down? We don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. You know that. Come on, everybody knows this, right? Everyone that comes on my streams knows this. I don't have a crystal ball, but I have a rough idea. And when I get that rough idea, I usually tell everybody. I'm not waiting for it to confirm, because remember, when the RSI is confirmed, it's already too late. It's already done it, right? When the MACD is confirmed for you, it's already done it, bro. So we're not going to talk about that, right? When we look at other indicators, it's already happened. A death cross, it's already happened. When you see a death cross, it's already happened. When you see a golden cross, it's already happened. Hence why I stopped doing charts, right? What's the point? It's already happened. Why am I talking about yesterday, right? So when I did do golden cross and death cross, right, I have talked about golden cross and death cross plenty of time, and I've shown it in my videos. You can go back. The truth is always out there. You can go back and you can see. I drew dots and lines, and I said that's the prediction. It's going to happen on that day. So instead of telling you it's already happened, and then the whole YouTube goes on fire, everyone's talking about the death cross. All of a sudden, everyone's talking about this. In fact, there was once where everyone was talking about the Wyckoff method, right? And I got so fed up that I started telling everyone, I said, fuck off to Wyckoff. Fuck off. I don't give a damn. 1920s prediction. People were doing it on a pen and paper in a small clearinghouse. You're going to use that into crypto? Are you freaking mad? Right? So honestly, I just said, you know, leave it. I don't even know about it. So every time people mentioned Wyckoff, I said, fuck off to it. Right? Because what's the point? Mark Pitt says, Mark, do you think we'll have a pullback? Ideally, we should be having a pullback. So we should have had a pullback last week. Technically, we did. I would love to see us stay down for as long as possible. So technically, we already had a pullback. Not the best, right? Not the best, because it was a spike down and back up again. Staying down, so BTC staying down around 90k would have been the best for us. That would have been the best pullback ever. Even going towards 86k would have been absolutely brilliant. So I know a lot of people say, what the hell is this guy talking about? We went to 99k, almost close to 100k, and saying 86, that's 14k. Yeah. If BTC came down by 14k, we would have been super solid, right? Because it gives us more time in the market, right? So, and this would have been a necessary pullback, right? And do you think at that time people didn't take profit? Yeah, but we have so much momentum and so much greed, right? Fear and greed, right? We have so much. People didn't let it go down. So people came back again and said, okay, fine. Because you have to look at all the funds flowing back into the exchange. And when you start noticing how many Ethereum and BTC started coming back in, right? And then it dipped a little bit, but then all of a sudden they got gobbled up again. You know, people are giving up so much. So let's see. Do you think it will have a pullback within these next 2 weeks? No. If we're going to have anything, it should be now. If we're going to have a pullback BTC to 85k or 86k, similar number, it should be now. Now is our chance. But we missed it. Right? When we went to 90,700 or something like this, or something, you know, close below 91,000, we should have stayed there. That would have been perfect for the market, entire market. But we didn't, and we headed back towards the 98k, and then currently at 97k, and that changed everything. In fact, what it did was that candle from 99k to 91k, and I'll show you that candle because it's a freaking crazy candle. That candle went from a bearish candle to something completely different. Let me try and zoom into that. I want to show you this, right? And that changed the entire design of the pattern and changed everything for us. So yeah, let me show you this, guys. See that candle, that red candle there, right? So you can see how we dipped all the way from the top to all the way down here. Basically, you can see that, right? Let me see if I can find a pen or something. Yeah, so we went from here all the way down there. So that was close to the 86k. You can see that we went close, right? But look at the candle right now, right? This candle is not a bearish candle anymore. This is more like a freaking hammer, right? So that changes the dynamic of the market, right? All of a sudden, the market now has completely changed, right? So yeah, this should have happened now, you know, and we talked about in the last couple of weeks, I've talked about it. I said, guys, this needs to bleed, and it bled. It needs to go to 90k. It went close to 90k, but it just didn't stay. And I've been cursing, I've been on Discord and I've been cursing everyone. I've been telling everyone, guys, this is not good, right? We don't want BTC to pump, we want it to stay down. So the stupid thing did pull back. And even if it, what I'm saying is, even Monday, tomorrow, I still think if we bleed out, which we won't because of the candle pattern, because everything is saying it wants to move up. This is turned into a bullish candle now, even the red candle bullish, right? But it would have been an opportunity for us to bleed out even this Monday. So tomorrow, another week, bleed out, fine. That would have been perfect for us. But sad reality, it won't happen, right? Because yeah, candle patterns change, and I think everything's gonna Mark Peter said, would you roll out of BTC into alts? I just explained that a little while ago, that in some instances, you look at your BTC and you say, right, one BTC gives me 20, 30 Ethereum. If you think Ethereum is going to move later on, then what you do, you buy 20, 30 Ethereum for one BTC. And then when Ethereum pumps, right, you convert it back to BTC, and all of a sudden you have you know, a little bit more BTC than you started with, if not double the BTC. Because when BTC stays stagnant, other coins can start pumping. So if these coins start taking over, you sometimes can make it's not free BTC, but you make a lot more BTC because now you can roll back into BTC. So yeah, that's a strategy as well. So at the end of the day, would I? Yes, of course I would, right? If there's an opportunity, you know. But Ethereum's been disappointing me. I've been talking about it for months now, right? A few months now I've been talking about it, how I'm so freaking disappointed with Ethereum. It just hasn't done anything. What the hell is it doing? It's lagging so much. It's unbelievable, right? It's disgusting. It's embarrassing. Crypto Roach says alt season incoming. The higher Bitcoin, the higher the altcoin season now, giving the BTC dominance is lower and it chops sideways. We want yeah, exactly, that's what I'm saying. That's what I've been saying for the last couple of weeks now. We need BTC to move sideways for as long as possible, definitely. However, we don't want BTC to go any higher, right? Altcoins can only pump if BTC doesn't do anything. That's when they can start moving, right? And BTC dominance 57 is not low. BTC dominance we want to see at 20, right? That would be an ideal number, 20, right? That means it's the 20% of the entire market. That means the alts have pumped. But that dominance will not change until the alts pump. So forget whatever price BTC is. BTC can be at 10k a coin, and the dominance could be, you know, whatever. They're not related, right? Dominance, when you're looking at it, it just means in the market, this $3.3 trillion that we have right now, the total market cap, that dominance is the price of BTC. That's all it means, right? The total valuation of BTC. So BTC is currently almost close to $2 trillion. That's all it is, right? 57% of it. So that 57 number is a percentage. So 57% of the entire market valuation is BTC. That's all it is. If all of a sudden other coins start pumping, like XRP today, pumping, all of these coins pump, market could move from $3.3 trillion to $5 trillion, right? I'm just being hypothetical here. Can move to $5 trillion. BTC doesn't have to change. It doesn't lose any valuation, right? But because the market's moved to $5 trillion, all of a sudden BTC's $2 trillion, you weigh it and it's going to be 30% or something like this, right? So that's how you got to look at it. So what I'm saying is BTC doesn't have to do anything while the other coins move, and as they move they will create brand new market capitalization, and as they move into brand new market capitalization we end up having brand new total market cap, total target. I already have a chart, and on the chart I have already talked about it with people. I'm looking at $4 trillion, if not $5 trillion, and these are my first target, because the alts will come and give us that market. Do you know what I mean? So nothing has to change, everything stays exactly as it is. So we need to move sideways, and then the alts start bringing in the money, right? That's what we need, right? And that gives us a bigger total market cap. And if that can happen, then if we start seeing everything move for the last kick, right, last leg of the run, we could even push towards 10 trillion. I don't see a reason. Crypto Roach says, I started transitioning BTC at 99k into smaller coins. Well, that's the right thing to do. And that's what I was saying. You know, you look for the opportunities. Because as I said earlier on, too many people look at the dollar value or you know, their currency value. Don't look at that. Unless you're coming into Fiat, why are you looking at that for? Unless you end, this game's over for you. You're not going to play anymore, right? This is it. Last season for me, 2024, 2025. I'm out. I've done crypto. That's it, guys. I'm retiring. Finish. I'm never going to come back to crypto. Unless, then why are you looking at dollar? Or why are you looking at USDT and this and that? Or your national currency? Why are you looking at that for? What's the point? There's so much opportunities when you start looking at these big boys, and when you look at the alts, right? When you start looking at, oh, I got BTC. How many more Solana can I get for that? How many more Ethereum can I get for that? How many more XRP can I get for that? Right? And then you notice you're going to get millions of XRP for a $99,000 BTC. Great. Then you realize BTC doesn't do anything, and all of a sudden, like today, XRP is moving. XRP is now pumping, right? We're shooting to the moon. What happens? All of a sudden, you can now convert back, and now you've got double the quantity of BTC than you had before. Do you know what I mean? Because that's exactly what's happened, by the way. That's exactly what's happened. Anyone who's transferred BTC, 99k, 97k, 95k, 90k, doesn't matter. Anyone who's converted their BTC at that level into XRP today has double the quantity of BTC. So you have 2 BTCs for the same price. Think about it. Now you can take your 1 BTC out, and now you've got a free stash of crypto, right? Free stash of XRP. The maths is whatever the way it works for you. I'm not telling you, you know, what you need to do, right? I'm not here for that. That's not what I do publicly. Privately, that's a different story, but that's what I get paid for to do, right? So that's a different story. But what I'm saying is you got to look at all your options and find the most beneficial option to you. And, you know, you can adapt. The options don't have to stick around, right? It's not set in stone. Adapt to it, but always look for the one that makes you the money, and you keep that money. That's what matters. You've got to keep that money. Honestly, you've got to keep that money, because there's no point being in the game, right? And saying, oh, I made $1 million. And then tomorrow, like, how much you got? I got 20K. I mean, why you got 20K? Because I didn't cash out my project. By the way, this is no joke. This has happened. I know boys on our group and this and that, right? Or personal connections as well, who have literally chucked a couple of $1,000 and they bought some meme coins or whatever, and they pumped like 20,000%, right? They made $1 million out of it. Let's just put it this way, right? They're looking at the balance, they're excited, they're showing it to everybody, right? And then the next day, it's gone down to zero because someone's rugged them, right? Because they didn't exit, and there was enough liquidity. You could have at least taken half of the money. So forget all the money, at least half the money. So your couple of $1,000 makes you 50K, or, you know, maybe 500K, whatever. There was liquidity. Take the money out. What's wrong with you? Take that liquidity out, because you're not pulling, you're not rug pulling anyone. You're just selling. If you don't sell, someone else is going to sell, right? So, so I've seen that. You know what I mean? Mark Peter says, with the whole Trump strategy, I wonder if more BTC will be bought. I don't know about Trump strategy, bro. I'm a bit cautious on that one. The whole Trump subject, I'm a bit, nah. Because there's a lot of things that doesn't make sense to me. All right, so I'm not on the Trump bandwagon. But here, just for complete transparency, Trump is someone I actually like as a person, but I don't like him as a leader or anything like that. I don't think there's any use for him there. But I could understand, if I go into my conspiracy theory, if I put my tinfoil hat, then I could understand why he's been selected to be there for the second season, or even a third season, whatever. I could understand why he's been selected. So that's the keyword is selected, right? But that's just me, right? But I'm not going to go into that. I'm not here for the politics, right? Talk about crypto. You got to look at the demographics, right? And how many percentage of people actually in the USA, percentage of the entire USA, that voted for Trump actually even hold crypto, right? And then you realize that we're just an insignificant portion of the people. So all that hype is just between a small percentage of people, right? Because we have a whole globe out there. It's not just USA, right? And they didn't vote for Trump. So there's a lot more. Anyway, I'm not going to go into that, please. Crypto Ranch says, love the way you explain BTC dominance being the actual price of it. That's what it is, though, honestly. Listen, you're just going to get transparent, raw stuff here. I'm not going to make stuff up. This is live in the day, right? So I'm not hiding anything, but that's the truth. That's what it is. And when we talk about dominance coming up and down, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about BTC dominance coming down or price going. No, the dominance is the total market value right now. That's all it is. $2 trillion, approximately 196 or something. That's what it is, right? And then when other coins take over, right? So I talked about this, I think yesterday or the day before, how BTC is currently almost $2 trillion. Ethereum's like almost $500 billion. And then Solana was 200 and something. And then XRP and this and that was like 100 billion or something. So when you take this, you realize each one is like a percentage of the other. But there's nothing stopping these from catching up. So if Ethereum can start pushing towards $1 trillion, BTC 2 trillion, Ethereum 1 trillion, so that's $3 trillion. That means the other coins now hold the other portion, and that dominance number keeps on dropping, that percentage keeps on dropping. So that's what it is. But I do hope and I do feel that we have a great opportunity this season to at least test the $5 trillion, at least test the $5 trillion, if not even more, right? Because right now, one of the key factors that, you know, I'm looking at is we invited institutions, we invited these regulators, and we invited these, you know, traditional traders into this game, right? And we're seeing a lot of them, by the way. I'm seeing a lot of them. I've been the busiest this season. I'm seeing a lot of these traditional traders, you know, and Bobby's not here, but Bobby would have said it, because let's just say in the UK stock market, you know, London Stock Exchange and this and that, and banking and all sorts of other stuff, In fact, there's one guy who wanted to I mentioned him on YouTube recently as well. He actually came up to me. He wanted to buy some XLM and XRP, and I kind of told him that he's got to pay me extra fees if I'm going to buy it for him, because he should go and buy it himself. But what I didn't say to people is who he is, right? So this guy actually creates the security software for the London Stock Exchange. So yeah, he wants to buy crypto. He doesn't want to buy it through his account for various reasons. So he wants me to buy it for him anonymously, and I'm like, dude, I'm going to take that risk for you. Who's going to pay for my taxes? You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you've got to pay a nice lump sum and a big fee, and I could arrange that. It's not an issue. But that's not what I want to do. I'm trying to get him away. So that's what it is. So yeah, I do know quite a few people, and I see, you know, I see him, his mates, all of them come up, and a lot of them buying genuinely, but they do talk to me regarding like, you know, what's the strategy, or when would we sell, and what do you think? So they're coming to me for that, and I appreciate that. You know, that's an acknowledgement that even though the global community on YouTube and this and that don't really give me that thing, it's fine. I'm not here for that. But my close community, people who recognize me, people who meet me every other day, when they come to me for that advice, you know, and they're not coming to me for any financial reasons. We're not doing like, oh, Sham, I want your money, or you give me money, or whatever. None of that business, right? I pretty much have my price list and what I put it there, and I'm like, that's what it is, depending, you know, we just deal with it. So, and they come to me, and I like that. These are professionals, right? And they have come in, and they're coming in with a lot of money. I'm not even joking. These guys are coming in with a lot of money. So I remember back in like 2015, 2016, 2017, again, I've talked about this before as well, right? I'll kind of repeat this, but briefly. There were people out there with just enough money, a couple of thousand, you know, 5,000, maybe 10,000 pounds, right, in UK pounds, who could afford to go and buy crypto for that type of money. There was no one around who could do 100K. Right now, since 2023, right? So I've had, like, last 1 year, I've met groups of people who are not talking anything less than 100K. So now people are coming to me. These are guys who are, you know, not your average 10K guy, not your even the highest 50K guy. These are your 100K guys. These are, I got 100K I want to burn. I got 400K I want to burn. You know, that's the minimum. I'm not even going to the higher numbers. That's the level. And they're like, we're going to burn. Come sit with us. Tell us how we're going to burn that. I'm not even joking. So when you get to see the level of people, the level of investment has grown. And by the way, some of these guys are have made money elsewhere. So yeah, it's not like they're amateurs, but, and none of them are amateurs, by the way. They do trade. But when they want to understand, like, okay, tell us what coins to pick and this and this. Oh, I'll tell them something, and then yeah, they'll put money in. Like I did mention the one guy, he put 400 grand into or pounds. He put £500,000 into XRP. You know, so big boys are coming in. You know, but that gives us more energy and more power in the coin market cap, right, or the total market cap, for us to grow. So $5 to $10 trillion, I think it's possible. Crypto Roach says, do you plan on being out of the market by 2025? I plan to be out in about 8 months. Whatever the top is for me, whenever I feel comfortable, I usually tend to dump everything. So here's in 2017, I dumped around November, and I think the market ended end of December, early January. So January 2018. So I think it dumped around that time. So for me, when I feel that this is too hot, like as I said, you know, when you're revving a car in a manual car, you rev the car and it goes to a red line. For me, when I hit that red line, I'm like, that's enough. I think I need to exit. So 2017 was November, I exited. 2021, I think it was May or June, I can't remember. May or June, around that time, I called and I said, guys, I'm out, right? And I told, again, we did a video, it's on the channel. So I went, I said, right, guys, I'm out. And I left, and I think just after a month after that, we crashed. So that was thing. So it's basically, when I'm getting the signals, obviously I'm not just saying that because of gut feeling, right? I mean, 2017 was a different story. I think it was gut feeling. But when you do some technicals and you've got some signals coming and you're noticing that, okay, that could be it, you decide, right, what do I do? Do I exit or do I stay? You know, for me, you know, I'm like, okay, I'm not brave enough, right? You know, I've made 20x, 30x, 50x my money. I'm not brave enough to stay there for another 10x, right? I think it's time to exit. So that's how I feel. And I think that's what a lot of people should start considering as well. So remember, it's not about selling anything. It's not about dumping everything and getting out. None of that matters. What matters is have a plan ready that if you feel that, okay, I'm comfortable, I think I've done it, take your initial out, the least, right? And maybe some profit, if not all of it. It's entirely up to you. But yeah, I'm not going out of anything, but I am going to dump the top. Right, so whatever I feel is the top, I'm going to dump everything. Right, there's 1 or 2 coins I might not touch because I didn't buy them, I've been giving them. So you know, like I mentioned, I'm transparent about it as well. I mentioned as well, like XRP, I didn't buy XRP until recently. I didn't even hold XRP, right, because I dumped mine last season. So in fact, I dumped it just after Flare Network came out, right? When I got my Flare airdrop, just after that, I dumped my XRP. So I didn't have any XRP, but I do have a Flare Network, right? Or Flare coin. So yeah, you know, when the top comes in, I'm going to dump the whole lot, right? I'm literally going to dump the entire lot, and hold on to some of those coins that I've received. There's a different story because they're not worth much. But when I dump it, I'm going to be waiting to buy again. So you see, I'm not just dumping for any reason. I'm not dumping to pay my bills. I'm not dumping to go and buy a house or go and buy a yacht. You know what I mean? That's not the purpose. The purpose is I'm dumping because I want to buy cheaper and I want to accumulate more coins and I want to be in the game. Because I think there's great opportunities for us to be in this game for longer. By the way, I've just realized my battery's running low. Bloody hell. Yeah, my battery's at 5%. I didn't realize I didn't even realize that my battery's right at bloody 2 hours. We've been on it 2 hours. Wow. Wow. Crypto Roach deleted a message or retracted a message. I'm not sure what that was, but anyway. Mark Pitty says, okay, would you put your BTC into Solo F? Yes. As I've explained, if I see I'm going to get XYZ amount right now, BTC, right, let's just say, right, let's just be hypothetical here. Just as for the example, BTC next week's pumps all the way to 130K. Mathematically, how many percent is that? You know, we look at the percentage, we're like, okay, it's about 35%. Great. I put the same amount of money into Solana. Solana pumps 100%. That kind of answers Thomas Sutton's question as well. How high do I think it's going to go? My Solana prediction was $400. I've been talking about it for the last year, right? My prediction is $400. I think $400, right? Of course, I don't have a crystal ball. That's a whole different story. First target is 260. 260, we've tested it a few times. We haven't held above that. But I think as soon as we hold above that, 400 is going to be the easy number. Anything above that, yes, good luck to all of us, right? I'm not going higher than that yet because I don't like to talk about data that doesn't exist. So for me, the only number that I could see was around the 380 to 400. So I said 400 and I left it there. So coming back to that, right? So we make 30% or 35% in BTC pumping all the way to 130K. We're all excited. We're going to the moon, right? But I dumped the same lot into Solana and I get, just for the sake of this, I get 1,000 Solana. My Solana's just doubled in value. Same as I said about XRP. Well, all of a sudden now, I can make 30% there or I can make 100% there. If I make 100%, then I've got double the quantity. And even if I cash out one of them, then I've got a BTC and I've got Solana. The maths is simple. Even if it pumps 30%, well, now I can go back into my original asset, right? And still have 30% of free Solana. Whatever works, right? But ultimately, you're always increasing your coins. That's the game here. So obviously, you don't pick something that's going to bleed you out, right? But ultimately, if you pick something right, it's going to always double your coin. You should always accumulate more. You don't have to physically go out and buy. So I say to people, don't, like this whole season, I've been telling people, don't go and put cash down to buy more and buy more, right? Just because you feel bullish. You do that during a bear market. When the market's bleeding, you dollar cost average and do whatever you need to do, right? Go work in McDonald's if you have to, go and do free jobs if you have to. That's when you want to buy your assets, right? You don't buy assets right now. Now you flip things, right? You flip things one into another, right? And then you make money through there. That's right. Or you accumulate more coins. That's the key, right? So people who play, like for example, meme coins. I say if you play with Solana, your target should be to make more Solana. Right? Your target is not to make money, to make more Solana. If you can make more Solana, 1 Solana into 10 Solana, you're doing all right, right? Same if you're going into BNB and you're playing with meme coins or whatever scam coins, right? Because there's plenty of them there. Your target is not to make money. But that's what you got to get that thought out of your head. Stop thinking about how many dollars you're going to make. Start thinking about how many more of that particular asset that you're targeting you're going to make. So how many more Ethereum can I make? How many more XRP can I make? How many more Solana can I make? That's the key, right? Because that gives you better output than what you put in. So, I hope that kind of answers everybody's question about. Because yeah, I mean, we went long on this one, so. Hope it all makes sense, guys. Guys, if you are new here, my name is Sham. This is 0xfiles. The truth is always out there. Smash that like button, right? Whether you subscribe or not, I'm not going to ask you to subscribe. It would be appreciated if you do subscribe. We are looking to get to about 10,000 subscribers, but I don't care if it happens tomorrow. I don't care if it happens 10 years down the line. I'll still be here. But if you hit that like button, at least the algorithm kicks off and other people can actually get to see this, and maybe they'll find some benefit, right? If not, at least some entertainment. Do you know what I mean? So it is what it is, right? It is what it is. I'm gonna vape. I hope you guys don't mind. By the way, kids shouldn't be here anyway. Talking of kids, what's the time? What's the time now? 9:20 p.m. Yeah, we've hit 2 hours. I've been here 2 hours talking to you guys. I hope the information was valuable. I hope the content was entertaining enough, at least. Right? Neither one of those were my intention, but I'm here just to talk. That's what I said. Like earlier on, no joke. You can go and see this if anybody's following me on Discord. Right? I was thinking about, should I go live? Should I not? Right? Because I'm excited. XRP's now gone to $2. I'm excited, right? So I'm like, guys, I'm excited. XRP's gone to $2. I'm freaking excited. And then I was like, should I do a live or should I not? Because I did one earlier on. Should I do one or should I not? And then I was like, fuck it, I'm going live. I don't care if you come or not. I'm going. So believe it or not, I literally said, fuck it, I'm going live. So when I came, I'm just talking to myself, literally to myself, right? No hopes, no nothing. I'm just talking to myself, and look at it, right? I can assure you, even though there seems to be 10, 15 people here, this video has been viewed by hundreds of people. I can assure you. I can assure you. And I'm hoping that some people stick around, get some benefit, right? Other people, probably nothing, move on, right? That's each to their own, each to their own, you know? I'm not trying anything. That's the whole thing. There's no, I'm trying to do something. No, nothing. Arvinda Bain says, can we still purchase more XRP? Yeah, go to your local exchange and buy more XRP. Yeah, of course. Everyone can buy XRP. Why can't you buy XRP? Can you still purchase more XRP? Yeah. I thought you shouldn't be asking me that, bro. Have you got the money? If you got the money, go and buy XRP. You can buy XRP anywhere. Right, I'm hoping so, because it depends on the type. Because remember earlier on this live stream, I said this as well. So I know it's about 2 hours long now. I did mention there are some exchanges who still do not allow XRP because of all the SEC nonsense and all the court case and this and that. So they delisted it from the exchange and they haven't relisted it, right? So that could be an issue. So if that's the case, find another exchange. But yeah, XRP you can buy even on some centralized exchanges, like the ones I recommend. Kraken, you can buy it on Kraken, you can buy it on Binance. There's a few others you can buy it on. So yeah, just go there. Pitty says, Mark Pitty says, I meant if you had to choose pump into Sol or ETH. Oh, so you're making it difficult for me, bro. You know this very well. I'm a fan of both of them. But for this particular question, mathematically, Solana's already tested its all-time high, which means the potential is it will actually give me a higher return on the price discovery. Ethereum hasn't tested its all-time high, which means it could fail before it even gets to there. So the chances of it trying something new is getting lower and lower, all right? So yeah, your bet is sold, my bet is also sold, right? Of course, this is not financial advice to anybody. Please do your own research, do your own due diligence. Remember, crypto is a very high risk asset. Only invest money you can afford to lose, right? So I remember in the early days of Solana, I bought Solana a couple of dollars, with the money I could afford to lose, literally, no joke, right? And then as Solana kept on growing, I became more and more bullish, and I kept on buying more. $10 were, like when it was like $10, I bought more. When it was like $20, I bought more. So I kept on doing that. My average on Solana is around $80 per coin, right? Because I bought it up and down everywhere, right? So whenever I could. So yeah, that's my Solana average, just to let you know. I do have faith in it. I do trust in it. I lost a bit of faith during the lunar conspiracy, right? So when the lunar shit happened, I did lose some faith, but I went back in. I actually put a video out there for everybody as well. I did some research. I looked at it, and I said, guys, and I told the community, I said, guys, whatever's happened, yes, there was some association, whatnot, but Solana is holding strong, and I think everything is good because we've got all the developers and everything. I think it's a great buy. And at that time, I was telling people to buy it. It was about $10 to $12. So I told my community, go and buy it. Don't worry about it. Go and buy it. Watch what it does. And people bought. By the time we hit to 200, we were already like, what, 20x, right? So I said, like, guys, look, we hit 20x. Our target was 208, so we hit 208. So once we hit that, yeah, we're okay. And then we dumped, obviously. And I said, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Just hold. Just hold. Don't sell. Just hold. In the meantime, we play some meme coins and we double, triple, whatever, right? So we did a whole bunch of that, and everyone's happy. I'm hoping so. Right? So far I haven't heard anybody unhappy in the community. And of course they're going to watch the video later on. Probably some of these guys are sleeping. Some of these guys are in different parts of the world. Like there are some guys in America. There's some guys in Dubai, as I mentioned. There's some guys in India. Different time zones, basically. So some people will come back later. They will see it, and yeah, I hope they can tell me in the comments. Later on. You're from Texas. There you go. And I hope they can come later on and tell me, if they are unhappy, right? Because so far with Solana, I know everyone is happy, because even on the worst case scenario, some people bought it at like $20. So people who didn't buy the $10, $15 or $10 to $12, they bought at the $20, right? But I've been buying the whole lot from the beginning to now. Always. Mark Pitty says, very happy. Awesome, my brother. Thank you very much. At least you're here, you can tell me, so that's good. But yeah, I mean, you've probably know about that video when I said, like, good, look, I've done my research, and I said, look, guys, whatever Luna's done is done. Do I think it will come back? It's probably gone, so let's just forget about it. What are you going to do? There's nothing we could do. But Solana being, kind of muddled up in the conspiracy, I just call it conspiracy. Yes, it got affected a little bit, hence why it got hit hard, right? It went down all the way down to like $10. But everything else looked good to me, and I said, look, the foundation looks good. So it wasn't the fundamental. I don't care about the fundamentals. I don't care about the owners, but the foundation of the coin looked good. And I was like, that tells me that it's got less chances of exiting or anything. It's fine. It just got hurt a little bit, but I think this thing is going to recover. And here we are. Here we are again. Look, we recovered. We came to the $208, and then we even tested the 260, which is the previous all-time high. And this is a coin that I've been bragging about, or telling people. I won't say promoting. Solana doesn't pay me to promote them, but I have been talking about it since its inception, and since I bought it at $2. So Mark Pitty says, I did put a bit into Sui. I talked about Sui as well. Sui's done all right. It went to price discovery, and then currently sitting quite stagnant, but I understand why. I don't, I've talked about this before as well. Sui, $4-5 maximum. So I don't have this crazy idea about Sui, right? Of course, people will come and say, well, it might go to $10 on. There's nothing stopping it, by all means. We go to $10, great. We all get excited. But we've got to, like me, I'm just being realistic and a little bit pessimistic as well. So, when I look at the numbers, I'm like, okay, that's my number. So Sui, we hit the near to the number, and that's it. I didn't really go higher than that. So I don't have another number above that. And I think even then it's a freaking achievement, because Sui, I remember, was like 30 cents or something. So that's a 10x, guys. What are you complaining about? So that was Sui. Sei, I talked about SEI. I've talked about that for forever since it launched, right? Even when it was dumping and everything, I gave all the data and everything. I've been talking about that. Let's put it this way: highs and lows. Me buying Sei, highs and lows. I've traded it like, God knows how many. I've rinsed and repeated so many times. My average cost of Sei is about 13 cents. Currently sitting at what? 65. You do the maths. It's not bad, is it? right? And that's after taking all the profit out, after playing it the entire last season, after when the market was bleeding, I was still making money on say, right? So that's say, you know, and I've been kind of talking about it on the community as well, like YouTube and all sorts. Yeah, so. And listen, I'll always try to be as transparent as possible, especially with my holding, and what I do. You know, the whole community. Like when I lost my business, I told everyone, guys, I lost my business. But when I didn't have a job, literally, I didn't have a job. I said, guys, I don't have a job. You know, it is what it is. What's there to hide, or you know, what's there to come and BS about? You know, but the fun part is like a lot of people. I have mentioned it before as well. So yeah, I have crypto. Me not having a job doesn't mean I don't have crypto. Me not having my business doesn't mean I don't have crypto. I mean, how do you put two and two together? A guy has crypto, guy lost his business. He probably doesn't have crypto. Seriously? Let's just say this way, right? Even if I didn't have crypto, even if I didn't have a job, even if I didn't have any way of making money, I've got friends in high places. Let's just put it this way. So yeah, I've been blessed. Listen, all I'm saying is I'll be blessed, right? There are people out there who look out for me. I don't know, maybe I've done something for them, maybe I helped them out in some way or another. I don't know of any, but the only thing I do know that I've been telling people to buy crypto, sell crypto, and do like kind of guiding people. That's all I've ever done, right? And always try to ground them and say, look, guys, you've made enough, get out and this and that. That's all I've done. But a lot of people, they come up to me and they're like, look, bro, you done this for me, you done that for me, you helped me. When I didn't, you did it. I was like, I don't know about it, because if it's part of my nature, I don't know about it. So there are things out there, and yeah, people pull through. You know, when I'm really stuck, people do pull through. So yeah, especially when I lost my business, a lot of people came through, and you know, people were ready to like Sham, how much money do you need? We'll go and open another business. And then, it's fine, don't worry. You know, so yeah, you know what I mean. So, but ultimately, people, they know. It was like, look, you know, your pride and joy. Come on, your pride and joy, right? You've been involved in it 20 years, right? Your pride and joy. So it's like part of you, you know. It's half of your life. It's like part of you. So when you lose something over something very stupid, and I'll tell you what it is. My landlord decided not to renew the lease. So all of a sudden you have a 20-year established business and the landlord says, we're not going to renew the lease, right? Now you've got to look for another place. But at that time, you can't even find another place because you got so much asset and whatnot there. And he didn't give enough time. So then you became a part of a breach of contract. And then he says, like, okay, you can't enter the place anymore. So then it goes to the court. And now we're fighting a court battle, which is freaking stupid, right? So yeah, we are still fighting the battle. But it's just wrong, like, you know, for what? And literally his answer was, I don't want to give it to you guys anymore. I want to give it to someone else. 20 years later, a landlord who's never had a missing payment, every time being paid on time and everything, right, turns around and goes, I don't want to give it to you. And I know why, because, you know, just prior to that, a couple of years before that, I was actually planning to sell the business. And there was a few interested parties, and I've got a feeling one of those interested parties probably offered some money, because these are the type of people they are, right? I'm not going to say who they are, what culture they're from, but I know what kind of people they are. And I've got a feeling they've offered in some money under the table. It's like, right, look, give us that business, because they know what it is. It's a fucking gold mine. So we'll give you some money under, because listen, if I sell the business to someone else, the landlord doesn't get anything. He doesn't get any under the table cut or anything. But if he somehow manages to sell it, then he gets all that money. So that's what it was. I know. Come on. I'm not a fool, right? I've been in the game long enough. I've seen the business long enough. It's not the first rodeo. Do you know what I mean, right? From Texas. So yeah, I'm not. There's no pun intended, by the way. But yeah, it's not my first rodeo. First business, I mean, right? Done plenty. So end of the day, yeah, you know, when you walk the walk of life, right, from a very young age. So for me, and I'll give you a little bit of context here when I say, like, this is not my first walk. My first ever business I did was when I was about 17 and a half. This is me in the real world, right? You know, trying to do a business. I'm 17 and a half, and when I'm saying trying to do business, I'm literally talking about a brick and mortar business, right? That's me at 17, right? So yeah, I mean, yeah, I hustle, but I'm out there, you know, whatever needs to be done, and multiple businesses, whatever comes my way. I won't call myself the Donald Trump. I'm not rich as him. But I have that kind of similar psychology, hence why I actually like Donald Trump, because I have that same business psychology. I'll do 20 businesses and I know that 18 of them are going to fail, but all I need is 2 of them to succeed enough and maybe 1 of them to pull me through. And that does happen quite often. So yeah, you'll do so many, and then all of a sudden one becomes that beautiful business that gives you a big payout, right? Which you stick around, and then others become like residual, or some of them just vanish, right? Well, it's fine, you know, you evolve with certain things. So during the time when I was doing business, the early days, right, we didn't have this kind of technologies. Now we have technology, so we can do a lot more. So I evolved with that. I'm like, okay, if I can do things with the technology, do I really need a landlord? Do I really need a big building in a high location? No, because I'm following other stuff, and I'm like, oh no, I could probably do it from a garage, or I could probably do it from a warehouse, right? So I have some ideas. Let's just put it this way, right? What I put it to is a different story, but again, my to be honest, I don't really intend, and I'm being transparent here, I don't think I'm going to be spending the rest of my life here, to be honest. Mark Pitty says, from your car. Yeah, honestly, I could do stuff from my car. In fact, my car is part of my business right now. But yeah, car, funny. So you know, so my business was a restaurant, right? Recently, and this is no joke, a friend of mine, so he spent a couple of days with me. So he come over and he's like, right, dude, you got to come sit down. So he obviously knows about business, right? So he's like, look, you've been in the restaurant game for so long. You understand restaurant business. I was like, yeah, there's a particular thing you do. I said, yeah. He said, well, how about you do it from a trailer? He's literally thinking about converting like a van into a trailer. He's got a van. So he's like, let's convert this into a trailer, and you and me go 50-50. I'm like, bro, you serious? He's like, yeah. I'm like, I got the time for it. He's done all the maths. He's like, look, I got the location, I got all of this. How much money can we make out of this? He's like, yeah. I was like, bro, but do you realize the money you're happy with is not the money I'm happy with, right? Yes, we can make XYZ amount of money from a trailer in that particular location. Yeah, definitely, you know, but I earn a lot more than that, and I literally do fuck all. Right? So think about it. I'm going to be bogged down here for 12 hours a day, maybe, right? You know, and all the other stuff that goes with the restaurant. I'll be here, but I'm actually giving up, or I'll come and spend so much time. I'm actually earning something better elsewhere. How am I going to do that? Crypto Roach says, what kind of restaurant do you own? I used to own. So I used to own a Indian restaurant, so like Indian food, but not your typical Indian food. So my family heritage is from Bangladesh, and my business partner was also from Bangladesh, right? Well, he was born in Bangladesh, but he was raised there. And so our cuisine, and he's like the chef. So our cuisine was kind of a twist between Bangladeshi, and like a fusion between Bangladeshi and Indian. And none of them, like when you come in, the dishes were very unique. Like there was only 2 or 3 dishes that we kept that was standard. These are classics, right? Like a chicken tikka masala, or chicken korma, or like korma, or rogan, right? Those were the classics. But other than that, the rest of the menu, if that dish was made with chicken, you can't have it with lamb. That's how unique it was. If it was made with lamb, it can't be had with chicken. If it was a vegan dish, it can't be made into any other poultry dish, right? Because those spices and herbs and this and that was very unique. We used to make sauces for each individual dish, right? Very unique, like proper upmarket. And it's not far. There's a famous hotel, in fact, Donald Trump and or the G7 and this and that, they have had their meeting. Bilderberg Group have had their meeting. Hotel nearby, 5-star hotel called the Grove Hotel in Watford. And in fact, the Harry Potter Museum is there as well. And I'm like, my restaurant was located literally in between the Grove and the thing. And also the Grove, whenever the customers used to ask for recommendations, especially people who, a lot of business people, a lot of people who work for Warner Brothers used to go to the Grove Hotel, because they all paid for it. They go and stay there, 5-star hotel. And when they asked for a good place to go and eat, Grove Hotel, without no commission, nothing, they used to send them to us, even though we were just a small 32-seater restaurant. Would you believe it? A small 32-seater restaurant. But they would send it to us. And, you know, it wasn't cheap. It wasn't a cheap curry house or something like this. So, yeah, you know, yeah, you got to see me, you got to meet me. But, yeah, I mean, we were charging quite a bit of premium. But that's because of the work that used to go into our products. And yeah, you know, not many disappointed people. The only time people got disappointed, I believe, was during COVID, when we couldn't open the restaurant, right? And we had a massive surge of people trying to order takeaway from us. And we couldn't cope with that because we're not a takeaway restaurant. We used to only have like 5% takeaway and 95% dining in. And then during COVID, we became 100% takeaway and we couldn't handle that. And we were honest about it. I even emailed everyone. I said, guys, I'm sorry. We were not prepared for this. We've never done this before, right? So yeah, lesson learned, right? That was that. So yeah, that's what it was. I used to own an Indian, so that's my speciality, right? I'm not a qualified, like pen and paper qualified chef, but I'm a trained chef. My business partner, also not a qualified chef, but he's a fully trained chef. So there's a difference between qualified. So qualified, yeah, we got the recipe books, everyone does the same thing or something unique, right? That's a different story. But with our style, it's quite unique because you could literally give me whatever ingredients, right? So we have a show here, well, we used to have a show here called Ready Steady, similar way. So you'd give us the ingredients, like, okay, I got this ingredients, and all I need is my spices and herbs, and we'll whip something up just like that. That's what we had. So we weren't going by the recipe book. Forget that. What recipe book, right? You know, customer comes in and says, I want a curry, or I want lamb, I want it this way, I want it that way. They just describe to us, and we just go and create something. And every dish was made to order. That means there was no pre-cooked meat, pre-cooked chicken, nothing. There was nothing about speed. In fact, we're the only, and I could say this, in United Kingdom, with a lot of certainty, not 100% certainty, but a lot of certainty, we were the only Indian restaurant in the United Kingdom that asked its customers to give us 75 minutes for an order to be prepared. That's how unique it was. And we only operated 5 hours a day anyway, so it was freaking crazy. So yeah, I mean, if you've ever been around Watford or you've got Google, you can search it. There was a restaurant called, was still, the brand is still, because it's currently, there's a court case going on. Saffron House, you can search it, Saffron House. In fact, on Google, you see my pictures with customers and this and that. If you Google Saffron House, you should see my pictures. You should see the interior of the restaurant and me in it with the customers. Because a lot of customers, when they used to come and take pictures with me. That's me. You know, you see me here, you see me there. Same guy. You know? So yeah. But yeah. Anyway, it is what it is. Guys, 2 hours and 22 minutes. Damn, we're doing good. We're doing good. But yeah, I hope the stream was enjoyable. I hope you got some value, guys. And if you did, smash that like button. That's all I'm asking. Smash that like button. Whether you subscribe or not, that's a whole different story. I know everyone's not, you know, different people have different tastes, right? So I might not be your taste, and hence why you might not subscribe to me. Absolutely fine, and I respect that. I respect everybody here, and I also ask everybody is respectful to everyone else as well. That's a good thing. But at least hit that like button so the algorithm can start kicking off. Mark PT says, thanks. For what? Thanks for what? What did I do? Cryptoron said, the food looked good. I'm hungry now. Busy checking the charts. I didn't check the chart. I'm not checking the chart. I'm talking to you now. But yeah, no, I do appreciate it. And thank you all as well. Listen, it's not just about me. I wouldn't be here. Oh, you're checking the charts. Okay, okay. I see. No, I wouldn't be here if you guys aren't here. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. The Crypto Roach says the food looks good. So you've checked out Google. Yeah, it's there. And if you look at a map, Google map, you can see the Grove Hotel, where the Bilderberg group, as I said, and the G7 meetings happen. It's a massive golf course and a private hotel. They go there, and normally they used to shut down the whole town because of that. They go there. And then on the other side of that same map, just the opposite direction, you've got the massive Harry Potter studio, where they still actually shoot movies and whatnot and this and that, because it's the Warner Brothers studios actually. In fact, I forgot which Mission Impossible it was. I think it was the first one, if I'm correct, because it's 20 years ago basically. There's a scene with a fighter plane that was shot there, and I was literally watching it being shot. So yeah. Crypto Royce says, look very elegant. Everything you saw there design wise was done by me, so hand done by me. My tables, my bar, my bar worktop, like epoxy resin and this and that. So I have actually crafted all of that myself. Every last screw in there. The only thing I didn't touch was the plumbing. So other than plumbing, everything else, and other than the signage, by the way, everything else was done by myself. With this 2 hands, I did it myself. So it's like my little project. As I said, it's my baby. It was my baby, you know. So, do you plan to open another? Yes, but not the same thing. I'm not going to go and I don't. I'm not young anymore, and I've enjoyed. By the way, I've enjoyed my time there, and I've met so many great people there. Right. In fact, El Bubble, he was here earlier on. El Bubble has been to the restaurant a few times. There's a few other guys who come here. They've been to the restaurant as well. And he's introduced me to some of his friends and this and that. So they come in and we've become good friends, you know, real people. Because that's, I was doing crypto. Believe this or not, I'm doing crypto. I'm talking about YouTube and this and that. And a lot of people used to come and visit me in person in my restaurant during my hours while I was there, you know, and it was beautiful because we used to catch up, we used to talk about certain stuff. So yeah. Do I plan to do another? Yes, but not the same. So I'm not going to give the energy to it. So if I do, you know, go into another one, I'll probably just be an investor and be on the side. I'll happily guide. In fact, funny you mentioned this. There is another restaurant, local. Let's put it this way: 20 years ago, he used to be a competitor, and then 20 years later, now we're friends, right? Let's see, we're friends. I have offered to him, so my customer database. I said, okay, look, I'll give you the customer database. That's number one. Number two, I will happily bring my brand here, and sorry, I'll happily bring my brand to you and share whatever it is. So, funny thing is, I am supposed to go and meet him at some stage and teach him what needs to be done. Just haven't had the time to, but that's an opportunity, but not something that I'm going to be directly involved in. So that's that. Currently, I'm looking at properties, right, and other kind of venture capital stuff. Let's just say venture capital, VC stuff, right? I've kind of hinted about it for a few years, so it's not something that's new. I've been kind of working on it for some time now. I want to get into like this whole investment stuff, right? So, you know, I've thought about doing venture, which I've done. I've, you know, invested in many different projects, but now I'm planning to do some sort of a community stuff. So I'm building something, and I want it to be regulated and everything. So I've been working on it for a few years. I've kind of hinted to it. A lot of the community members in Discord know about it anyway. And I said, look, that's what I plan to do. I have piloted it. Like we did a live pilot. Worked out great. But, you know, as I say, past performance doesn't mean anything in the future. So we know what the past we did, but it was kind of risk-free, all right? You're doing it with a closed community. When you pilot it, you're doing it with a closed community. You're not worried about regulations and this and that because you're not out there yet. You're just testing, you're piloting this thing. So during that time, the performance was phenomenal, right? The performance was phenomenal. And that excited a lot of people. And I'm not on my own. There's a whole bunch of investors and other people involved as well. So people get really excited. And I said to him, I said, guys, come back to the ground. Don't get too excited because your expectations are going to become too high. When you start looking at something and seeing I'm making, you know, 100% a week or 200% a week, you're freaking out. That's not real. That's not sustainable, right? That's not going to last forever. We need to focus on lower numbers. So then I started developing something different very recently actually, and then I've kind of brought it down to a lower number. So I want something that's sustainable, that I can retire, that all the partners and all the investors can retire on. Do you know what I mean? And we can actually get a lovely stable dividend. So that's the whole idea. So I'm moving towards that direction, so more towards becoming like a hedge fund company or an investment company, a bit of a micro strategy or whatever you would call it, similar like that, but something, you know, in that line, but to do with a lot of physical assets and some digital, but not too much, not to be overexposed in digital, or even fiat or anything like this, not to be overexposed, but a lot of physical assets, and then grow the company from there. So, you know, that's my whole idea. So let's see what happens. And that might even have restaurants in it as well. So, you know, Mark says, hey man, I need to go drive safely. Yes, my brother, go. I'm actually not that far. So I'm currently in Hampstead, right, which is not far from Camden. And yeah, I actually live on the other side of Hampstead. So Mark Petty says, if you need a website for the company, I'm your man. Awesome. You've got me, brother. And there will be a time when I would need a website. In fact, actually, I bought the domain. So I bought a domain. There's two names. So there's two particular names I'm thinking about the company when I launch it publicly. One name hasn't got a domain name. The other name does have a domain name. So it's kind of funny, right? But the one that does have the domain name, I like the most. I genuinely love that the most. So, you know, I am thinking about it, you know, but it's not something that I'm just going to come out tomorrow. I'm in no rush, believe me, for this project to become public. I might even drag it for another 5 years. There is no rush at all. It's the pilot version, what we did, like all of us coming together as a community and launching the pilot version, right? That already has done great, right? And it's performing brilliantly. In order to get to the public, it gets a little bit more messy, because more public you involve, more messy it is, right? Then, you know, so much drama, right? Let's just put it this way. I'm sure you know. Now, that becomes a little bit messy. So, do I want to get to that? And if I do, then I need to have a secure pool of fund, like a big pool of fund. So I'm not in a big rush, you know, do it whenever, because you don't want to fall into, if something's working for you, let it work. Why you want to follow? Why you want to invite trouble, right? You know what I mean? So right now, I think if I go public, then I'll be inviting trouble, and I'm avoiding trouble because I can't listen. I've just had a business go through and also other financial crisis that I've had in my life very recently, like last year, and I've mentioned it on YouTube as well. And I'm still currently, I feel I'm still in a bit of depression. But talking to you guys and, you know, advising people and helping people kind of keeps my mind away. And, you know, especially working on the project and doing all sorts of other active stuff like daily running around and going seeing people, going seeing businesses and how they're performing and doing all sorts of auditing, call it, like, you know, that keeps my mind fresh. So yeah, I'm quite happy about that. Do I really want stress? No, I don't really want any stress right now. I'm not in the emotional state right now to handle 1,000 people complaining or something, you know, and whatnot. No, I don't want it. Crypto Roach says, Mark Pitty says, we've even worked on Lucid Motors. Okay, that's nice. My friend works for Lucid Motors in Arizona. Rest in peace, Crypto Roach says, rest in peace, their stock prices. It's a nothing stays forever, you know. But if people who have invested in stocks for Lucid, for example, they are, listen, there's a lot of car companies coming out right now. Even now, believe it or not, there's a lot of companies coming out, random companies coming out, that are trying to be the new Tesla. Let's just put it this way. Some are going to succeed and some are going to fail, right? But ultimately, regardless what happens, if you've made money, you take your profit, because if you're not, someone else is. That's all I'm going to say. So Mark Beatty says, and other big brands, now I focus on startups and scale ups with a team of agency experts, bringing agency style output without agency overhead or price. Nice. Well, then your friend knows Superhero Cheesecake worked on the site. Now we're freelance. Lucid has a positioning problem. Look at Jaguar. I used to own a Jaguar, but yeah, listen, it's, you know, it's a whole different story. It's a whole different story, you know. But yeah, you know what? Funny you're talking about cars. If I had the funding that is required for research and development, so I'm talking about like spare cash. If I had that, then I would love to go and develop a car. I think that would be freaking awesome. I know some people have said, why don't you go on Kickstarter or something similar like that, right? And try and raise the capital to build something. I think that would be, but I don't have an engineering background, so that's a different story. So yeah, guys, it's 2.5 hours. This is recent, this has been the longest one. I think the longest stream we did was like 4 hours or something back in the days. But yeah, this is quite a long stream. And I think a lot of people are just moving on. He says, what flavor is my vape? I'll show you. Can you see it? Crystal Cola Ice. That's my flavor. So this particular vape is a pod system. So I just refill my pod, put it in, and that's it, vape. So yeah, but whatever, you know, I like cola and cherry. I like them. It's quite good. And this one's quite good as well. This one has a nice output to it. But funny thing is a couple of years ago, I used to smoke heavy. So I used to smoke like 40 cigarettes a day. I woke up one day and I smelled. And in fact, Silent Sweep was here earlier on. Silent Sweep said to me, this is many years ago. By the way, Silent Sweep is my childhood friend. So many years ago, we met up. We had like, you know, when you do a high school reunion, so we had our own reunion. So when we done that, we were standing outside and he made a conversation. And in that conversation, he said, you can give up when you actually smell it. Because apparently that's how he gave up as well. That stayed in my head. But this one day I woke up and I could smell cigarettes. I smell like an ashtray. And I was like, what the fuck? And I remembered it. I was like, he told me that. And bloody hell, that's true. Because I can smell cigarettes. Because I couldn't smell cigarettes and I could smell cigarettes now. And then I couldn't have it anymore. So that day I'm kind of stressed out. And then near my business, my next door neighbor, he also has a business and he sells vapes. So he come up to me and he give me like 3-4 vapes. He didn't charge me. He just give me 3-4 vapes. He's like, try one of them. Which one do you like? So I tried it and I vaped on it and I finished it like in a whole day. And he's like, bro, you smoke so much. I'm like, I just don't know. So eventually I found a flavor and I stuck with it. So I was doing that for a little while, to the point where now I don't really vape as much. So what you're seeing here, 2-3 hours, this is minor, right? Back in the days, I'll be chain smoking one after the other. So in this session, 2.5 session, I could have done 40. That was me back in the days. Mark Biddy says, see you. Thanks. Need to go. See you on the next one. Definitely, my brother. Remember, turn on your notification bell. Then that way, whenever I go live, at least you'll be there. And it's great conversation. You know, when you guys come in and engage, yeah, we can have a nice long stream. You know what I mean? And of course, as long as we have constructive conversation, then yeah, we all learn something from each other. You know, like right now, I've learned that you've made the website for Lucid Air, right? Or Lucid website. So that's nice. And then, you know, I just found out Crypto Roach has a friend there. Brilliant. It's a small world, right? It's a freaking small world, you know. But yeah, no, I'm really happy. Happy to see like Mark, happy to see Crypto Roach as well, and everyone else that came to the show. It's a shame we don't have thousands of people at the same time, but we're gonna get there, guys. We're gonna get there at some stage, you know. Crypto Roach says, when do you usually go live? So usually, this is quite funny. So today's, this particular live stream was actually out of the time frame that I normally do. So normally it's about 5 p.m. UK. So I don't know what that is for you. I'll give you a good example. Right now is 10 p.m. UK. So this is 10 p.m. UK. So normally around 5 p.m. UK, that's when I go. However, back in the days, I did do late night streams like this, late night streams, right? When I used to do that, I used to get a lot of people from US, definitely, because I believe that we have like a 4 or 5 hour difference. So I'm not sure if that's correct, right? So we used to have that. But yeah, normally it's 5 p.m., 6 p.m. UK. That I prefer that because, so it's 4 p.m. here. So if it's 4 p.m., my 5 p.m. would be what, about noon for you, I think. Noon, yes, or early morning, like 11 a.m. or something. Yeah, that's what it would be. But yeah, normally I go live around that time. But here's the fun part. If like, and I always talk to the community, like on Discord, I'll say, oh, I'm going live. But however, if the community says, Sham, can you go live? Then sometimes, even at these times, I go live. You know, as I said, most of the time. So if some days I'm busy, like last week, I think on Thursday and Friday I was quite busy. Work takes over. But if I'm not busy at all, then yeah, I'm happy to jump on a live pretty much any time, because other than visiting clients and driving to clients. And by the way, you see me in the car, there's a reason, because I'm always out outside. So when I leave home in the morning, it's rare that I go back, right? I'll be going from one location to another, I'll visit to this, and there's always something I've got to do. So that's why I drive all the time, right? However, you can see 2-3 hours I can sit in a car doing. In fact, my engine's on, so I drive an EV. That's hence why you don't hear the engine running. But every time it does come on for the AC, that's a different story. But yeah, where can you find Discord? In the description, there should be link. All my links. If you click that, it opens up all my links, brother. It should be there. If not, then what I'll do is I'll pin it onto the comments or something like this. I'll put it there, or if you message me, I'll reply back or something. But it's there. It's the same thing. It should be on all my links. It should be there. If you click it, it should open up all my links, and there you should see the Discord server. If it's not there, then I'll fix that, and as I said, I'll share it with you. So that's that. You know, listen, everything that I have, even on I believe on x.com. If you find me there, 0xfiles, I'm there. X.com, I believe on my profile the Discord's there as well. So yeah, I kind of interlink everything. I kind of share everywhere. So yeah, it's there. You know. So it is what it is. But yeah, I'll share this. I'll share the Discord link if I have to. I'll edit the video later on if I have to. I'll put it on the top or something. But yeah, normally I don't plug anything. You know, genuinely don't plug anything. Because I want people to come in, feel comfortable, right, and understand that I'm not here for anything from anyone. Do you know what I mean? Yes, if someone does gift something or that's a different story. That's, you know, I'm not asking for it. Do you know what I mean? So, but I always like to make people feel comfortable. Like, look, guys, you're coming in here, you're getting the attention. Do you know what I mean? Because you'll go to other channels and you might not get that attention. I don't want that. You know, I'm like, no, everybody here, I'll say hi as long as they're not being rude or anything like this, and we can have a great conversation. Do you know what I mean? I've also considered at some stage probably I'll share the link to the YouTube streams and we can go live together. You know what I mean? So yeah, because I want to get to a stage where I want some of my community members to have the opportunity to share their stories, and their story would be about the journey in this channel. Because you have to understand that this channel originally started with 16 people, right? Close friends and family who I was kind of helping out get started in crypto. This is back in 2020, because they were calling me every time. I was like, guys, just get on YouTube and I'll do it for one, and you can have it. So you'd see my early day crypto stuff. It's like, how do you do this? How do you do that? So I'm literally recording whatever I can, how to use this app. These are all how to get them to a particular level. And I left it on YouTube, and then YouTube started growing. So yeah, I mean, the first 2 subscribers of the channel are still subscribers, are still daily viewers. Like whenever I'm on, they're still there. So so yeah, I mean, I must be doing something. So I want to hear their stories, like what have they achieved, you know, and if I've made any mistakes along the line. So I would love to know about that, you know. Real guy, real person, you know. But yeah, but other than that, guys, Crypto says, found the links, followed on X, and joined Discord. Let's have a great 2025. Of course, my brother. Of course, if you're on Discord, you can see some of the references that I've made about saying things on Discord. And when I say the truth is always out there, the truth is always out there. Got nothing to hide. In the end of the day, you know, as long as I know it's not going to harm anybody, like, you know, I won't expose anyone who they are or how much they hold or how much money they got, or who my clients are. I won't expose that. And certain things that I feel that could cause harm, I won't harm to me or harm to you. I won't expose that. But other than that, I'm transparent as it gets. Whatever I say, the truth is always out there. Literally, it's always there. So appreciate you joining our Discord. I appreciate you following x.com. I think I need to be more active there. I'm not that active. Yeah, I don't know why. I just haven't been active. But yeah, before I used to post stuff there. And then I just stopped. I just randomly just wanted, just like how I stopped smoking, I just stopped, you know. So I think I might want to get back there again because it is a lot better, in my opinion, than it was before. But saying that, I got my notification, everything switched off, so I have no idea. Yes, the community is definitely there. That's what I mean. It's definitely better. It's better in the sense that I can say things more freely, and I know that because of the research and all the information that I get. So I can definitely get on there and talk much more freely, say more things, do a lot more, right? Definitely, I can do that. And I have been to a few X only, like X invites, like those group meetings that people have, calls. So yeah, you'll find me sometimes jumping on some of them. But other than that, I'm just listening in normally. But yeah, I haven't posted anything for a long time. But before, I used to post, like what's going to happen, like the chart or something. I would drop a chart and this and that. And yeah, but do you know what's got me off there? And I'll be honest with you. So I had a project in crypto myself. I had a project, and that project failed, right? So I ended up losing a lot of money. And since then, I just haven't been to x.com because I used to do a lot of promotion on X back in the days for that. And so it got hacked basically. So after it got hacked, I just didn't bother going back in. And I'm not even bothered doing another coin at all. In fact, if I do a cryptocurrency coin, I'm just going to give it away to everybody. I'm not planning to sell anything or anything like that. So, yeah. What's my background as a trader? So, 2008 to about 2015, heavy into FX, foreign currency, stocks and bonds. So yeah, shares basically. That's where my technical background comes from. So all the technical knowledge I have for the charts and everything, how I'm doing predictions and this and that kind of comes from there. So any charting experience comes from there. That's what I did. I'm sure you know there's a company called MT4, so that's where I was. Anyway, so 2015 onwards, I'm heavy into crypto. So for me, it's just been crypto, and now I kind of live, breathe, crypto. But trading wise, I'm a slightly different type of trader. So I'm a seasonal trader. Like years ago, and even last year, there was a point where I would only make 1 or 2 trades per year. And normally I will hunt for the bottom of the market and I'll go super long. I don't technically, I would say technically because until recently, I didn't short the market. I never shorted the market. I found whenever I decide to short the market, like it just like mentally it didn't feel right. I didn't feel comfortable. But I knew that when I timed it good enough and I'd done a nice little long, and I could be in it for like 6 months, right? I don't care what the funding rate is. If I predicted it correctly, I'll make a shit ton of money and I'll be happy about it. So making money on the downside, yes, I should be happy, but I wasn't. I don't know why. So, but recently I stopped caring about my morality. I stopped caring about feeling good and bad, right? Because as I said, I'm just in it for the money, and I need to admit that. So that's why I do. I admit I'm in it for the money. So end of the day, I need to make the money. So now, recently I've been trading up and down, doing whatever, longs and shorts, anything that comes my way, but only with money I could afford to lose. Again, I don't show that on YouTube and I don't promote that to anybody because I know a lot of people will lose control and probably do something wrong. So I don't want to take any responsibility for that. I don't want to be known for that guy who showed me how to do this and I got wrecked. That's not what I want. So that's that. Yeah, I mean, but other than that, I'm mostly a spot buyer. Again, buying at the right time, selling at the right time. That's what I do. And yeah, I do play with risks. So it is what it is. So you're going to short the market in 9 to 10 months. Yeah, I mean, if the market, listen, when we feel the market is about to go, you get in there and you short it. And if you think the market, and if the short starts to work, right, and it goes your direction, top it up and short the life out of it. You know what I mean? So, exactly, that's what I promote. So that's what I say to people. I say, guys, you know, we're going to be foolish if we decide to hodl something, right? Hodl is great, right? But we don't hodl in a bull market. In a bull market, we exit, right? Because that's the right way to. And by the way, my trading experience and my whole mindset, I am a traditional trader. So coming from a traditional background, being trained, right, literally hand trained by someone, being trained by my mentor, right, and coming to that level where I finally get into crypto, my psychology and mentality is all traditional, right? So I'm still old school, right? But I understand what the new technology is. I understand what crypto can potentially do. I understand the massive swings and gains. So by understanding that, I'm like, okay, I'm still traditional, so I'm still going to have my traditional risk management, right? So I have my discipline, I have my risk management and my strategies from traditional markets, but I'm in crypto. I understand that. But I can apply that on crypto and exit when I feel comfortable. I don't want to be foolish about it, so I don't want to hodl. So I don't hodl unless I bought something for peanuts, and even when it dumps, it doesn't bother me, right? And I'm holding for like 10 years. That's a different story. So you want to dump, and when you think the market has bottomed out, well, you got two options. You buy on spot, right? Whatever you want to buy, you buy in spot and then wait for it to rent and pump up, or at the same time you long, right? You long 1x, 2x, whatever, doesn't matter, whatever you feel comfortable, right? You long the market and you let it ride. You let it ride, you know. Obviously, the one thing I say to people, if you're not confident in your trades, if you don't understand the market, if you don't understand the swings, the bull runs and the bear runs that happen within a bull market or a bear market, so understand this. If you don't understand them, then do not do more than 2x leverage, please. All right, you know, don't, because it's not worth it, because you're going to get burnt out, right? Because people only think about what happens when it moves positive. Well, what happens when it goes negative? A 2x, 1% down is 2% down on a 2x, and 1% up is 2% up on a 2x. So think about it that way. So it's always double the number. So whatever x you do, if you do a 10x, well, it's going to go down 10x, right? So you bleed out quicker. So just keep that in mind. And of course, you've got to understand when you get liquidated. So these are important things to remember. But yeah, I'm mostly a seasonal trader when I do big stuff, and when I do small stuff, then yeah, I'm in and out. You know, I'll be on a candle, 1 hour candle, and I'll do it, and I'll usually have an auto buy or take profit. Right, so I'm in and out as soon as, because I don't want to risk it too much. So it is what it is. So yeah, it's all about rinse and repeat, bro. It's all about rinse and repeat. And I've mentioned this in this video earlier on as well. That you make money, you're in it for the money, make the profit, and then when you do that, you take your initial out, right? You take some profit out, go and enjoy life a bit, wait for the market to come down. When it comes down, you go back in with whatever profit money you got, and you realize that you've sometimes buy more than you actually sold, and you still got your initial and you got your profit back. So you always end up making more if you can sell the top, right? And you know, top doesn't have to be an absolute top. Nobody's perfect, nobody has a crystal ball. So end of the day, but when you feel comfortable, you got to hit that button. You know, don't, I've made another video, it's like people get possessed, right? Don't be possessed, right? If the time comes for you to press that button, right? If you can't do it, set up some auto sales, you know, and hopefully that will help. So, honestly, crypto, really nice meeting you, brother. Really nice meeting you. Really made the conversations really interesting. A round trip last cycle, not the cycle I bought during the bear, and I will not miss this cycle. Good, good. That's how it should be. In fact, on this channel and Discord and everything as well, you know, during the bear market, I'm telling everyone, buy whatever, just pick your coins and stick to your coins. So every time someone came up to me and they was like, this is during the bear market, they were like, what do you think of this coin? I'm like, pick your coin, stick your coin. What do you think? Pick your coin, stick your coin. They come up with any random name. I'm like, bro, pick your coin, stick your coin, right? It's the bear market. This is when you hodl, you buy and you hodl, right? When we get into the bull market, you dump the shit out of it. Excuse my language, but that's what it is. You dump the crap out of it, right? Because now it's time for you to exit, right? So during a bull market, during the greens, we need to start planning to exit. And that's what I'm telling every video, almost every video, in the middle, at the end, every video, I'm telling everybody, have your strategy, have your plan. Because if you don't plan for it now, you're going to struggle. So I give people examples. Like one real example I gave to on a recent video, I said, guys, now that I know we've got XYZ amount of time left, right, and it seems like we might come in for a big pullback, and the pullback could end the market, but might not, right? However, I need to be prepared. So one of the preparations I'm doing is I've been holding a whole bunch of assets, crypto, during the bear market in staking protocols, right? So I've been staking and earning fees from them. well, now I have no need for those fees, right? I don't want to earn any fees. I need my crypto. But some of them have a 30-day unlock period or whatnot, right? 15-day, 13-day, different coins, different time on different multiple platforms. So I literally withdrew all of those assets from all the staking protocols. Why? It's not time for me to stake. I want to do that in a bear market, right? It's time for me to get ready to deploy them so I can sell them at the price that I'm comfortable with. So that's what I did. I try and lead by example. I'm like, look, I'm not going to just tell you, I'll do it. So I've already exited and I've told everyone, I said, guys, if you have coins sitting there and you need a 30-day unlock period, we'll plan for it now. Because if you don't, then when you decide to unlock and it takes 30 days and the market's over, what are you going to do with it? You know? Oh, Celsius burned me too, brother. Check this out. Just before Celsius burned, they had a meeting in UK, right? Celsius had a meeting in UK in Regent Street, right? So this is Oxford Street, like one of our big shopping zones in central London. They had that. Believe it or not, so I knew a few people in Celsius. I got invited to go there, right, and have some sushi and whatnot, right? So it's like a big dinner party. Even at that time, this is like a couple of weeks before they got burned. These fuckers were trying to actually get more people to invest. Would you believe that? So I know them through someone else. I got invited there by my friend, and they're trying to take more money, get more investors on board, right? Because they know you have connections and this and that. And my mate is like you do crypto, come with me and this and that. And I said, bro, I got Celsius, I hold Celsius, I've held it from day one, right? But their whole model doesn't make sense, and they're not transparent. They say they lend it. Who did they lend it to, right? Have they been audited and this and that? So I talked about it, and then they kind of pulled the rug. Let's just say the best way, pulled the rug. So yeah, the Celsius got banned. It was a great scam. Yeah, yes, but look, whether they sucked or not, we can only say that right now, right? But at that time, they were so convincing. Come on, I trusted them. I had them, right? In fact, because of Celsius, what happened to Celsius, I was involved with, so I had a lot of Nexus as well. I don't know if you know Nexo, Nexo. So I had a whole bunch of Nexo as well, and I was kind of diversified, right? Celsius, Nexo, and there was another one as well, I can't remember. So I'm diversified. When Celsius left, I left Nexo. I don't care. Funny thing is, Nexo is actually what's the other one called? There was another one, just not coming to me right now. There's a third one as well. I left all of them. I exited. I took everything. I withdrew everything. Right? I withdrew everything. I said, right, I'm not sticking around. I'm not interested. I don't need your 8%, whatever you're paying. I don't need none of that, bro, because I can see that this could end up being. So I left all of the platforms. And funny thing is, the second platform that I left, I think it was about 6 months after Celsius, they also vanished as well. So that was a good call for me. So it's like I got burned once. Luckily, I'm not going to get burnt 3 times, and I left. But funny thing is, Nexo is still legit. It's still fine. So Nexo is definitely, it's one of the older ones. It's still there. But I'm too afraid because I got burnt heavy. I'm not joking. Imagine there's a reason why I got invited to a meeting, a dinner party, right? Like a ball party with sushi and all sorts of fancy food in central London. I think the tickets were like £250 a ticket or something stupid like that. But there's a reason why I got invited. Think about it. I hold enough, right? I got burnt big time, big time. But fortunately for me, when they pumped, I took my initial investment out. So the initial money I invested, I actually took that out. So technically, I didn't really get burnt. However, I still got burnt, right? So, and I didn't want to take the same risk with the other two, and then I left. So yeah, it is what it is. DeFi in 2020 was such a scam. I talk about this as well, and I've mentioned this on many videos. Most projects, they're neither a scam and they're not even legit. They're just a copycat of everything else, of something that is successful, right? I mean, let's be honest about it. So, but what happens is when enough people come in and, there's enough funds coming in, they actually become legit, right? But in the case of Celsius, if they're just basically funneling the cash out, right, then ultimately their motivation, their intention was bad anyway. So they end up being a scam. So you know, yes, they could be a scam, they might not be a scam, but it totally depends on the people, how they treat it. So a scam could easily turn into something legit. For example, SHIB. Believe it or not, I thought SHIB was a scam. And I believed it was a scam. And I still think it was a scam. But then something changed. When the founder of Shibarium or SHIB decided to go away, when Vitalik decided to dump and crash the whole thing, some of the community members came forward. That changed everything. That changed everything. I'm like, oh, okay. Then it became legit. So a scam, which I still thought it was a scam, suddenly became legit because now the community is taken over. And that could happen, right? So that's what it is. That's, you know, so at the end of the day, that, you know, something that sounds legit, all the promotion, all the marketing they were doing, all the money they were trying to pull from people, and they did pull from people because of everything. They went to big YouTube channels and they were doing all of this campaign. They raised a lot of capital. But yeah, I mean, if it was going to happen, it was going to happen. You know what I mean? Haha, dude, yes. It was definitely a scam. First community takeover, the power of the community. Yes, community, people power, bro. People power, always believe in people power. There's a couple of projects. Oh, Dog with Hat, that was a scam. I don't know if you know the story. Dog with Hat, right? Yes, there's a nice narrative, nice story going on, but you know the original founder, original person who created they actually took the liquidity and scammed people and left. They rugged. They literally Dog with Hat got rugged, right? But then the community took over, and look where it is now, $3 or something, right? Because that's what community can do. So people power is very powerful. A project can only succeed if the people are behind them, you know. So, and of course, as I said, founders have to have a good intention as well. So as long as the founders don't intend to go and rug and this and that, and yeah, but projects that are have enough members of community, they can thrive. They can thrive. So. You're an avid meme coin trader. Well, then you're going to love it because on our Discord, we have a meme king who promotes, well, he finds, I won't say promotes, he finds beautiful gems and he shares it with the community. He will share the contract address and this and that. And yeah, people go and have a bit of fun, you know? So yeah, the community has quite a bit of fun through this guy. So we have a meme king there. If you're there as well, then yeah, by all means, share your contract address, whatever, share that. I would say give enough detail, share everything. And it's up to people whether they want to go and not. You know, if someone wants to trade it, they trade it. If someone wants to buy, they do. A lot of the time, the calls he makes, I buy them silently like a ninja because I don't want, like, and I'm being transparent here, right? If I say I'm going to buy something, I know everyone else is going to buy in the group, right? So what I tend to do is I don't say nothing. And then he'll be like, who bought that? And I'll still say nothing because I know if I say something, I could either probably offend somebody or I'll probably end up encouraging something. So I've got to be very careful what I say or what I do, you know. And I try my best to stay humble. That's the most important thing. If there's any time I see something, I'll try and correct them, try and guide everybody basically. But yeah, we've got a meme king there. Some of the crazy projects he comes with is just insanity, right? He comes with it and then the next day it pumps like 300%. You know, the following day one of these would pump like 1200% or something like this. It was something stupid. So it's cool, you know. They're quite cool. And believe me, he only follows people and he does a lot of research. He's not a technical guy, he's a car salesman. I see RS here. I work in Wall Street. No one understands the coin. Measuring it by market cap is incorrect when projecting for price. This plays perfectly into the hands of corporates who will accumulate from sales. That's pretty much what it, you know. So when people are selling, that's when you buy. I said that earlier on in the streams. I think you just came in now, but I mentioned this particular thing. So I come from a traditional background as well, right? So that's how my mind also works. So what you just said there is exactly what I kind of said in a complete layman's terms. But yeah, it's true. But when we're looking at market cap, I'm not talking about coins price or anything like this. I'm talking about the total market cap, the dominance. So there's a whole different disconnect there. Currently, Bitcoin's sitting at 57% dominant of the market. What that means, that's what I'm saying. But as other coins grow, then that dominance number will look less. The percentage will look less because, you know, BTC, yes, total valuation at $2 trillion, whatever, close to that. But something else could be $1 trillion, and that takes over that dominance. So that's what I was saying basically. So I'm not sure if you watched it from the beginning, or if you're still watching that part. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, in this 3 hour long stream, at some stage, I have said this same strategy that on the green you sell, right? So you buy during a bear market, you sell, 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 and then you wait. When the market starts to bleed out, when everyone's bleeding out, that's when you start to buy. You dollar cost average down, not dollar cost average up. There's a difference. So people talk about dollar cost, and I'm a massive fan of dollar cost averaging. I believe that yes, you can do a lot better that way, because you don't know when the bottom's going to be, but you can buy down. You buy down. So that's what I promote to people. Of course, no financial advice, right? But on the way down, dollar cost average down. You make more money that way. You will see 3 figures XRP, not 7 high. I see a buyback of circulating XRP coins and a wholesale purchase of the escrow portion. It will be missed. I'm not selling. I didn't say 7. I said 10. So I don't know where you're getting that information from. Anyway, Aris, I don't think you're watching it right now. If you were, there was something else. I think you're kind of watching it later because we've been on it for 3 hours. So I think you're going to come here at some stage. So I'm seeing your message live, but you're watching the video from somewhere in the beginning, which is fine, absolutely fine. So when you do get here, if you do get here, thank you very much for your questions. Yeah, that's what I said. I said he missed. Okay, so I said $10. Yeah, that's what I said. I said $10. I said if it goes to $3.30, which is the previous all-time high, we have a good opportunity to go towards the $10, right? There was another coin I was talking about. I can't remember, 3 hours now. That coin I mentioned that I see it go to $4 or $5 max. I don't see it going any higher. I talked about Sui, where all I saw was like $3 something, and that was it, maybe $4. I don't see anything higher for that. That's what I said. But XRP, I believe, has a great opportunity to go to 10, right? Anything higher than that, good luck to us, right? That's the most important thing. But yeah, I know what you're saying, you know, that there's a lot of funds will be recirculated, hence why not this video, but I think it was last week or the week before, if not sometime last month anyway, I did a live stream and I actually said to everyone, I said that, and at that time I wasn't holding XRP, so check this out, I wasn't holding XRP. At that time I said to everyone, I said I plan, so there was an XRP video anyway, it was one of the XRP videos, and I said, guys, I plan to buy a big stash, or part of my large portfolio, right? Part of that would be XRP next season, right? So a lot of people didn't understand because, you know, they're like, okay, hold on, what's this guy talking about? He's not going to buy XRP today. Understand where I'm coming from, right? You let the market do what it needs to do, right? So this is my strategy. Of course, you have your own, I have my own. Let the market go where it needs to go. Let it perform and do whatever it needs to do. Because there's a few things it does. It advertises to everybody, number one, right? So the entire market gets to see what it does. So all the hype is there. People are going to sell, right? Whoever sells first, doesn't matter. People are going to sell. But at the same time, as you said, corporate money is coming in. And I just mentioned a little while ago, just mentioned this as well, that last season, in fact, sorry, 2017, 2018, during that time when I was talking about crypto to people used to come and buy. They had money like 5k, 10k. Sorry, I'm just looking at this weirdo down there. I don't know, he looks a bit funny. He looks like he's chunky or something. Anyway, 2017, sorry, 2015 to 2017. During that time, people, when I was talking to them, they had a couple of grand. Right, so these are people with maybe £1,000 or £2,000, £5,000, or maybe £10,000. That was it. Like nothing heavy. There was 1 or 2 people with about 50k. Nothing more than that. But now this season, what I've seen is people coming to me with minimum. They're coming to me. They're like, Sham, we need some advice. We've got minimum 100 grand to burn. Minimum 100 grand. Some of these guys are coming with, they are like XRP. There are people who bought 100 grand's worth of XRP recently. XRP 100 grand. They're not bothered. They're like, yeah, that's what we can afford to lose. I've had people come up and they're buying for, like recently as well, not long ago, someone bought, and I mentioned it on YouTube, they bought 400,000 pounds, which is like $500,000 worth, right, of XRP. This is now recently, right? So that's happening. You know, people are coming in and buying, but a lot of these people, they have a plan, they have a strategy, right? When the market's pumping, you pump. And then just before you think the market's about to go, you dump the crap out of it. When you dump it, you end up getting more than what you had originally. That's nobody that I know is thinking about taking profit or making money, right? Money is in, yeah, they want to make more coins. A lot of people have a long strategy. They have a 5-year strategy. So I got people right now thinking about 2030. No joke, they're thinking about 2030. They're thinking about what XRP could do in 2030. That's a whole different story. I'm not going down there. And these are corporate guys. As I said, these guys are background from traditional market, stock market, and I've mentioned that already, from the stock market, and this is the London Stock Exchange, banking, finance, and this and that. So these guys have some real financial background, and you know, they have trading experience as well. But when it comes to crypto, I've noticed we'll have good friendly conversations. Let's just put it this way, right? Because we know each other. We sit down, we associate with each other. We're only a phone call away, and you know, like-minded people. So we sit down, we talk, and I get to know their budgets, right? I get to know how much money they have in their actual bank accounts right there and then, how much money they have in their crypto. I get to know that, and I feel kind of honored because a lot of people find me trustable enough that they could actually tell me that. So that's a nice thing, you know. But yeah, corporates cannot wait for retail investors to exit. They love the retail exit so they can buy trenches in the tens of millions. That's exactly, you know, it's always the case. It doesn't matter what coin it is. It's not about XRP, Ripple, you know, Ethereum or anything. It's not. Whenever what's happened is, over time, as we've progressed, right, more and more people have ended up having less and less coins than they had before, right? Because as soon as the market starts to bleed, while everybody else is bearish and they start to dump and whatnot, right? The corporates, the institutions, or all of that, and I believe the institutions have been in the game since 2014, by the way. And don't ask me why, because that's a whole different story. I don't want to be here for another 2 hours, but I believe they've been in the game, right? They've been secretly or openly accumulating as much as possible on OTC. So they've been non-stop buying. They're just holding. And whenever we enter a bull market, they've been selling little dribs and drabs back to the retail. So retail is actually making money for the corporates, right? And retail doesn't realize this. So that's why I'm saying, when the time comes, the retail should be the ones dumping on the corporates. Let the corporates buy or do whatever they need to do while the market bleeds. Dollar cost average down, right? Buy, hold, right? And then and then do the same thing, rinse and repeat, back to the corporates again on the top, right? Because the corporates, there's two groups. There's one group that is skeptical, right? And one group that is not, right? So one group will buy whenever, because they got money to burn. Another group usually end up coming in at the end of the market. So I've noticed that all the time. Every season, by the way, I'm not even joking. I've seen that every single season, right? I've seen corporate-minded people or corporate people, actual corporate founders and this and that. They always come in at the last minute. 2017, guy comes in on the last minute. In fact, a day before the market crashes. Why would you come that day? Anyway, he comes that day, fine. Another guy, like 2020, was it 2020? Yeah, 2020 or 2021, comes in last minute to buy something, right? Fine. Fortunately, you know, some of these guys, they have money, right? So a lot of this, they have money, disposable money. Let's just say disposable money. So fortunately, they have that. And even if they have a loss, they just write it off against their business anyway, so it's fine. But sometimes, and now I've realized, that's actually part of their plan anyway. So But guys, bloody hell, wow, 3 hours and 15 minutes. I'm not going to make this any longer. I am feeling a bit thirsty. As you can see, I'm drinking as well. I'm feeling a bit thirsty. But yeah, look, 3 hours, and I do appreciate you guys coming here. That was not the intention. I was thinking about like maybe half an hour, 1 hour, have a little conversation. How excited I am about how excited I am about XRP today, and right now it's at $2.17. And as I said earlier on in the video, as I said, 48 hours, I think 72 hours maximum, we should see XRP head towards that $3, which I'm really, really excited for. There's two reasons, and I strongly believe this. One, BTC is not really doing much. Yes, it's lifted itself up a little bit, currently sitting at 97,588 or whatever. Doesn't bother me. It's not at that $99,000 level. I want BTC to stay down, right? So that stays down. It's not going to, it's going to move anyway. Ethereum sitting at 3,700. Again, Ethereum hasn't done anything. That means they don't have the spotlight. Solana hasn't done anything. There's no spotlight. So there are a few coins out there, the big ones, they don't currently have the spotlight. Does that make sense? XRP has all the spotlight. That means that's momentum. People will come and power that momentum. And I think that's going to give XRP a massive opportunity to shoot towards that $3.30. If we can get there, $10 around the corner. Let's just say it this way, because there's a certain percentage we have to move. So that's what it is. Crypto Roach says, have a safe drive home. Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much. And thank you to everybody, RS and everyone else who came to the show. I highly, highly appreciate all of you guys coming here. I hope I didn't offend anybody, and I hope the stream was okay and you guys enjoyed everything, the content and conversations that we had. And yeah, if not, then let me know. But please do consider smashing that like button. That's the only thing I ask for, nothing else. And if you do want to subscribe, then by all means, right? RS is great insights. Thank you, my brother. I try my best. You're just going to get unfiltered stuff. I don't have any scripts or anything here. That's how I am. I'm freestyle, right? The stuff that I have, a lot of these are some of the researches that I have done. But I might be wrong, and if I am, I'm happy to be corrected about something. But I'm just using what I've understood, or what the information I've gathered over time, and I know that some of that information may not be relevant right now, could be different. But if it's wrong, you correct me. I learn, you learn. End of the day, so that's the most important thing. But the goal here is to make sure everybody gets to keep their profits and gets more rich, accumulates more wealth. That's the whole idea here. So that's the whole mission. We don't want bag holders, right? Only bags we're going to be holding is shopping bags. That's it. There's no other bags we're going to be holding. So that's this. So thank you very much, guys. I will catch you guys on another one very soon, hopefully. And it will be nice to see all of you guys come, and we'll have a great conversation again. Other than that, thank you very much. I'll see you on another one. Adios, my amigos.